Hey everybody, hello. Welcome to the finale. Woohoo! We're
During
at the
Pride
end
Month.
of during Pride Month, Dragon Pride. Um, yeah, we are in our final episode of our fourth season of Blood and Lyrium. Um, before we get going with the story and recap and our players introducing themselves, I'm going to do my little content warning that I always do for the last time this season. Before we introduce the story, uh, this is a Dragon Age game, and it's a setting that has some dark and difficult themes. Not only with grisly horror, but also in its political and cultural tensions. There are power imbalances throughout the lands of Thedas, and we may on occasion touch on these in our story that we're telling here. This season has very specifically been focusing on finding and liberating slaves, and giving some justice to slavers. We touch on these difficult topics, but we're always on the right side of that history. Rest assured, we're going to be as respectful and considerate as possible when we do touch on those topics, and we've discussed our lines and veils prior to today's session. We can check in with each other, but we want you to also be mindful of your comfort levels too. As important as these stories are to voice, your happiness and comfort should be paramount, and as such, we would never judge if you need to step away at all. Now, before we dive into the session, we're going to do our intros. I always forget to do myself at the start, and I remembered today. Wahoo! I am Emma Hamalu on the internet, and I use they them pronouns, and I am the storyteller for this story. Players, please take it away.
I am Emily. Hi, I use she or they pronouns, and I'm playing Kana, our favorite dwarf buff MILF. This is a normal sized cup. I'm a dwarf. Get it?
What a tough one to follow. Hi, everyone. My name's Satan or Alyssa Vamp. I use any pronouns. I really don't give a shit, don't care. I don't know if we can cuss here, but I just did. And I'm playing Phelan. He uses he, him. He's our resident local adult elf mage, Grey Warden, healer. We're just tacking on titles to him now at this point. That's me.
Can I have all the letters, like of all the
Yeah.
degrees he's finished? Anyway, hi everybody, I'm Torin. I use she, they pronouns. I am playing Oriana, our pillbug rogue that slinks around a lot. It's fine. She uses she, her pronouns.
Hi everyone, I'm Bex. I use any pronoun you like, can't get it wrong. And today I am playing Cass, who is our big scary dragon canary warrior with the heart and soul of a tiny little puppy dog who uses she, her pronouns.
Indeedy doody. So, last session, our party rose to the challenge of a very difficult combat encounter. They charged in to take on a blood mage. They worked to liberate a dragon from its chains. I can speak. And they had a demon to contend with as well. After the fight had concluded and the group contemplated their next steps, they were approached cautiously by the attendant of the building, Mikolai, who seemed glad that the mage was not dead and has agreed to the request to keep the appearances for the estate so that people do not discover that the mage is gone, at least for a while. Agent acquired? Seems so. As they look ahead, a decision was made to pack up the captives and send them on one of the boats to their freedom. And the group are going to be posing as both slaver and slaves to discover who they were destined to be sold to. Will they succeed in bringing justice to another slave trader? Let's find out. I want a little bit of a roll call about the boat for who is being enslaved and chained up on this boat, who is presiding over the top of it and probably trying to sail it. And whereabouts in the boat are you? If we can just sound off everybody about what your role currently is.
I think Kana is gonna be one of the enslaved in one is gonna be chained up. I think she is interested, like on the way there, is sort of interested in seeing if it's possible to like use her smithing skills to maybe make the manacles look like they're closed but be able to be busted out of. So she sort of got a little project for herself. Um, at least to think about it. Not sure if that's possible, but that's what's on her mind. And she's just sort of, don't know where she would be. Probably restlessly pacing before we get close enough to actually need to be chained up.
Yeah. It
Just sort
seems
of-
like the boat itself's relatively small. It's designed for the shallow waters rather than being out at sea, and it looks like a fishing vessel. The hold for those who are actually being chained up will be down below. And I think I'm trying to think about what sort of tools you could use and how you would make them look like they are being attached, because you don't have the ability to heat metal at the moment.
That's true.
To try and create something, even if it was just a case of taking a piece of metal and just heating it enough to start twisting it. In theory, if you had
Right.
access to a forge, you could absolutely
Yeah.
do that.
That's probably why she's pacing nervously. It's because she can't
It's
do
like
anything about it.
yeah, imagining what you could do. I'm trying to think, because I do prefer yes and to no but. No
No,
buts.
but realistically,
No buts?
because I think the only thing I could think of is like, because she's got like crafting tools as well. If she could find a way to like get something in to just like bend the latch so that it goes all the way closed, but doesn't actually latch closed. But I don't think
Is it possible to just move,
she would
like,
have
do a
something.
little, like, take out, like, a nut or a bolt so that it looks like it's working, but with enough force you can just...
Yeah. What I'll allow, we'll let the dice decide this. You can roll your, I guess it's engineering really for your smithing, but that feels a bit of a push. But I guess it comes under the banner of a mechanic or engineer's mind. Is to try and essentially get a bit of metal that you'll be able, that's soft enough for you to try to bend just with your tools without necessarily having to heat it. And try to create essentially, if we imagine like
Something that would block off the latch.
Yeah, or like something else that loops around it to keep them connected, but it's soft enough and open enough that if somebody is to pull, they will pull apart easily enough. So that so I'll allow a roll. I will say the DC is probably going to be decent. I would say we're looking to definitely get over 15 here for this to work.
Okay.
I don't want it to feel like it's impossible and put it much higher than that. Hey, there you go.
Hey! Pride Month!
Yes.
Yes, and roll of the dice. So you know, perhaps it is that you have metal on you. I can't imagine anything here is going to have that level of softness to it. But you have a few things that you sort of keep with your kit, and you can rig up enough for you guys to close the manacles and then have something connect in where normally the lock would fully go, so that they look like they are on and attached, but they will be easy to pull apart when needs be. So, I guess the question is then, who all is currently manacled and below deck?
I mean, I'm definitely a slaver, clearly.
Yeah.
If you look at Phelan, you see and you're like, yeah, that guy definitely takes slave. No, he is the slave, actually.
I mean, technically speaking, the mage who was behind this, who was selling them, was relatively waifish in their build and was a blood mage. So, you
yeah,
know.
but he wasn't doing the heavy lifting now, was he?
No.
The traveling.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm downstairs with Kana, chained up, having war flashbacks, so that 10,000 miles there.
Mhm.
So everything's fine. Everything's okay.
Cass is upstairs. Cass is lounging like, yeah, I know my part in this. She is the slaver in this case, I think. So she is not below deck. She's hanging out above.
Oriana is downstairs, but also in chains, but I think is looking through like the paperwork that she had gotten, taking the time that we're traveling. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know if we said any of that out loud, but I think Oriana's kind of looking at Phelan like, could we dress him up like that dude? Like the
Huh?
like it's kind of like looking at you, just like, how pale is Phelan? Can we make him as pale as that guy? Like, I think it's kind of like just staring at you, like, Phelan.
Huh?
I'm not saying we do this now, but
Yeah.
we could dress you up like him, like the Blood Mage. Because they were
Yes.
elvish, right? Question mark above.
No,
Oh,
they
no,
appeared to be
okay.
human. But to be honest with you, if you put a hood over Phelan, they were slender and waifish.
Yeah, and they may not even know what that person looked like. They never left.
Uh,
I'm just
what?
putting it out there.
Correct.
Hmm.
What do I do once I'm dressed up as him?
Well, I was just, if we were gonna, find out any, I don't know. I guess the point is, if we try to find out more information, or if we're just trying to get in undetected, or, might increase our chances.
Yeah.
Don't have
I
to.
can.
Yeah.
No, I can definitely do that.
Okay. Like it's just like the wheels, like, like, okay. Anyway, just a thought.
No, I
No,
can
just
definitely
Franklin's
get
questions.
information from people.
Okay. Yeah. Or just, walk in and be like, I own the place, and order people about and release all these people.
No offense, but act human.
Just like
Well-
flips you off, I think. It's just like, fuck
Hey,
off. I'm
hey.
a human on the boat? Wow.
I'm just,
No, just go, crawl in some forest like elves do, I guess. I don't know. What kind
Listen,
of
Hey.
comment
the
is
silk
that?
slipper fits on the foot.
Yeah.
There is some historical context to that insult, Oriana.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. If we want to talk history, and then no, I'm kidding. Just like, I'm just gonna look at these papers.
Mhm.
Whatever. All right.
I said no
They're probably
offense.
Oh, yeah, because that's no offense, but
But like when we talk about like there's humans and then there's humans with a capital H.
Capital A, yeah.
Yeah. Like you're human, but you're not human.
wow. Okay. I'm gonna feed Franklin.
Yeah. Yeah, you go
I
feed
gave some
Franklin.
blueberries. I'm gonna throw him off the boat. Actually, bye, Bailey.
Battle of the Wayfish Twinks.
So now to get from one end of Ravane to the other, which you know that you're traveling to get to this person's estate, somebody by the name of Elgar Eitolan, it's possibly going to take about 2 days, if you're skimming along that coastline. Your own rations are maybe a little on the sparse side currently. Would you keep it sparse and just hope to grab stuff once you get up top, or would you try to take some rations from this location?
Also, just put it out there. Is this an actual fishing vessel, or is it just look like one?
It looks like one.
Okay.
There probably is a net like bundled up and at the back, so that if anybody was to look at it, it really does look like a fishing vessel. Has it ever actually trawled for fish? Possibly not.
Yeah.
Judging by the state of the net, it doesn't look like it has been used.
Yeah.
But it could if you knew what you were doing. And I feel like, Oriana, you lived on the coastline in a little fishing town. I don't know if you've actually been out on a fishing vessel yourself, but
I would imagine probably
Theoretically,
so, 'cause
you
there
know
are
what you're
locals
doing.
there.
Yeah.
Like it's not just
Yeah.
merchants, but at the
You
very
could've worked
least was like, yeah,
on a fishing boat?
Mm-hmm.
As a kid.
yeah.
And if nothing else, if there were like line tackles, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
I feel like usually Phelan would be like, okay, I can like be on like low power mode, But like after this whole blood ritual thing, he was like, God, I'm so fucking hungry every single second of the day.
Hmm.
It's like going to second puberty.
Yeah.
You went through the first one?
I didn't say anything.
I am an adult male. He squeaks out. So, yeah. So if you guys want to try to catch fish, I reckon you could definitely try. It's in theory, I'm actually going to argue that it would more likely come out of cunning rather than any sort of physical skill.
Yeah.
If
I'll
you-
attempt it.
if you feel like you have a cunning focus that might apply to fishing, and this is for anyone who fancies giving it a go, I'm open to you bartering with me over it.
Yeah, I don't. I'll just go
Yeah.
roll straight
Like,
cunning.
no, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I've got research in heraldry. I don't think that's going to help us.
What house were the fish were from?
What banner do you fly under?
Engineering feels like a stretch here.
Yeah.
I set up the nets so good.
I'm so good at this, y'all.
It's closer than enchantment, but
Wow.
I think I lose the net.
Yeah, well, technically
Or just
11
breaks
is like the slimmest of skim passes for the most easy and basic successes, which in theory this is not an easy or basic thing. But what I will say to honor the three little stunt points that happen there, is that you do feel yourself like catch something on a line rather than with the net. And when you pull it and it feels like there's quite a bit of a drag, but when it comes up, it's like this little thing.
baby
And
fish.
you're like, I don't
Anyone
know.
want a nibble?
It's like, this is a snack for Cass. This is like,
Cass could like
Fish poppers.
swallow that thing like whole. She's just
Yeah.
like,
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. If you're really
You
hungry.
could.
Scales and bones and all.
Yeah.
there's
Oh, yeah.
bones in there.
They're flexible.
Crunch. What are you gonna do?
that's probably fine.
If you just swallow it whole, you don't have to worry about doing anything untoward in there. Yeah. I don't know that is necessarily going to sustain you. Is anyone else fancying a go?
I can try.
Either line or net, you know.
I can try. I feel like, we have to do some fishing with the deluge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. River
No.
fishing, maybe? I don't
river
know.
fishing. Yeah.
Yeah. God, help me.
See?
13? That's not
Thanks,
horrible.
God.
Thanks, God.
I think you get a fish that's bigger than Oriana's, but
There you go.
like,
Yeah.
a
It could
decent-
feed one
it's-
person for like an hour.
Yeah, or everyone can get like one bit of sashimi essentially.
Yeah.
Is it just, are we just doing straight cunning? I might as well
Yeah.
have a go. I
Yeah,
won't be
that's
any better
fine.
than anyone else.
It rolls 3 6s.
Yeah.
right. With 6 stunt points.
No.
We're
Cass
just gonna
hasn't felt
stay
the fish.
hungry.
Because I think what
Asia.
happens is that when you go to like cast the line, it
I
gets
just
stuck
fully,
on
like-
something at the other side of the boat, and you're like, ugh. And actually break
You
a little bit
feel
of wood
you're
on the-
fully failing across the boat.
My other alternative was that she went to cast it and just like flung it because she overestimated how heavy it was
Yeah.
going to be. It was just like,
Yeah.
boom.
I'm like, what maybe happened is that it caught on a bit of the ship. You give a cast level tug of it with your strength. It
Yeah.
rips off a little bit of but thankfully it's the bit above the water, so like
Yeah.
not anything that's necessarily impacting on its ability to sail. And then in the course correct of loosing it is
Yeah.
whoops.
I feel
And I
like
think
Phelan
it's all-
watches this and it's like, we're gonna starve.
I mean, if we're all gonna give it a try,
it.
I'll roll.
Oh God, thank God.
Hey!
I
This
feel
is why
like
you bring a mom.
you see them
Mom.
going with the fishing pole and really not having any success. So your logical brain, maybe it's not necessarily actual engineering, but having a problem solving strategic mind is such that you're like, so clearly the fish are not at the top end, like able to be fish with a pole, right? So that's not happening. And so you're like, it's a fishing boat, like it got, so you're just like, maybe if I, and you cast out the actual net, and by doing that and just leaving it in there for a little while all of this fuckery is going on, you eventually pull that in and get like a good harvest of quite a few fish.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
While this is happening, you know, so you can just kind of be like, hey guys.
Hey, hey, you're gonna have to let me actually bone these, or debone them. But grow up, grow up, or you don't get to eat.
Grow up, said to the teenager.
I will help you. How do we like? Does anyone can you like looks at the two mages? Is fire a possibility?
Yeah, I lean a little more on lightning, but I can produce a little flame. I just don't use like
I mean,
fire
we
stuff,
got
which is
some-
probably a good thing on a wooden boat.
I mean,
Yeah.
we got some, you know, spare wood here somewhere. I'm sure you can just zip and you know.
Yeah,
that-
more of like
it
a
can-
frost guy.
No, it can like lightning does strike trees and set it on fire. That's a thing. So
Yeah.
Uh,
Would lightning directly cook a fish? Like if you just like shot it through,
Probably.
would it like
Oh, we could put it in a barrel and I'll like fry the
flash
barrel.
fry it? Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
looks at
What?
hands that are still blue from lightning strike. Like, I mean, maybe it hurt a lot. It probably would work.
I can absolutely try.
Okay.
Let's try it with one fish so that we have food if it gets ruined.
Good point.
Okay.
So
Can
I will
everybody
go-
swim?
Yes.
Looks
Yeah,
down
I
at full
can.
plate armor. Technically, for a little bit.
Mm-hmm,
It's like that.
Okay,
I can dive real good.
cool.
I mean,
Cool.
worst comes to worst, I can just.
Can we
Drag.
not just use like a tinder box?
Oh, do we have
And light what on fire? We're on a boat.
I mean, wooden barrel. We can use the spare wood.
I don't know if we.
Not sure.
I'm
Let's just strike the
starting
whole
a
boat.
fire.
With
Yeah,
with
I'm just,
flames.
I'm like, you know, we're workshopping it mentally. Thought experiment, lighting a fire on a wooden boat. I feel might have some bad consequences. If we can get the wood to like, because it might not be dry enough to catch on fire. Although if we try really hard,
We try really hard. I could use
I'll
like
I'll
my
try the
breastplate
lightning on the. I thought you were
as
gonna.
like a
You were going somewhere else with that. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. We could use my breasts to start a fire. Yeah.
Friction, you know? Yeah.
No.
I'm just gonna
No,
jump
but
off
I was
the
thinking
boat.
if we like
I-
lay it down, that's like something to put the fire on, like so that it's not like directly on.
Yes.
boat?
Well, can you right, lay down a bit of metal, put barrel on it, barrel with a bit of water, fish in it. I charge it with electricity to like fry it, and it won't burn the boat if it's sitting on the metal. Because they'll be
I like it.
Yeah.
Can I look
Okay.
for a metal pail? And just see if there's a metal pail about.
probably. Yeah.
Okay. And then just break like small little pieces of wood in it. Like just, you know, like a chair that they don't need, a box.
Are we doing fire or are we boiling? Because I feel like
I'm
those
just
are two different.
I'm doing a plan B just
a
in
plan
case.
B. Yeah, tight. Okay.
I love her,
Um,
Your Honor.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
And we'll start descaling.
We're
and
like
deboning a fish.
scientists.
Yeah.
STEM, am I right?
Pretty
Women
much.
in STEM. Okay, right.
Not women in
so-
STEM.
Definitely jump off the boat. It's worth it,
you
Franklin. Let's
count as a
go.
woman for this experiment, Valen.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel honored.
She is going to try to cast. Let's see. First of all,
And I will only put one fish. In fact, I'll put the tiny fish that no one ate in the barrel for her experiment. That is descaled and deboned.
Oy! Okay. 13 rolled, and she's probably got a decent range magic. So yeah, I think it's actually fairly successful. It sort of like sears it and makes it quite charred on the skin. But that actually, it cooks the inside fairly well.
It's crispy fish skin.
Oh my gosh. I'm a chef.
You're a chef.
You know what? This is not bad. Like,
Let's do them all. Or we can do them in batches. We can do some just now and then we'll cook more later so that like it keeps. Do we have anything in our rations to like
I got
get creative with? Like crackers, you could like break up the fish, mush it up a little bit, and then put it on.
I have some bread. I have
fish sandwiches.
spices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
we're seasoned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I spent way too long in Ferelden. I
Their
have
food's really shit. And she starts to she cooks up another 2 or 3 fish so that there's enough to go around for everybody to eat their fill. Yeah, for sure.
Sandwich.
And you guys have enough to sort. It bulks out what rations you do have to mean that you will get to your location fairly comfortably, thankfully. Okay. Is there anything else people are looking to achieve or conversations to have in the time between now and the final location, just to give that a little space to breathe, if you want?
Papers or anything that she grabbed illuminate anything about the network.
Research roll.
Yeah, just any information we can have before we.
Yeah, because really the role needs to be cryptography because a lot of it is in code, but your research is going to be able to gather a certain type of information.
Yeah. 16.
I'm a grandmother. Sorry. We mentioned it earlier and now it's in my head.
You're correct.
So I think it becomes quite clear that the person, if we're just looking at the communication and the ledger for the actual sales, it was happening with some relative frequency. Clearly there is periods of time where perhaps assets are acquired until there is enough of a stock. You can see that it is being categorized and then sold to type. You'll maybe notice the same like code word for a person that clearly has a particular type that they're looking to acquire. So there's one that clearly is just looking for strong. So you could presume that whatever it is that they need these people for, whether it is manual labor or to create some sort of guard force, or like whatever the purpose is, they are looking for sturdy and strong people. It doesn't look like they have specifics in terms of like the race that they're looking for. But you'll notice that kind of pattern. Now, have we established that your geography and knowledge of maps and places is strong, or is that one of the areas that you were looking to improve?
Yeah, unfortunately, no, it's not strong.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit there, like a general idea of things, but not in-depth information of Ravine or anything. Yeah.
So I think if you were to give this to somebody, you'll start to notice patterns, but really you're going to need somebody who has very strong geography. By the looks of things, there is like a charge that appears to be connected to essentially mileage. So you would be able to figure out how far away these different people are. It does not tell you exactly where. Yeah, however, somebody who is really adept with a map who's going to be able to be like, well, these locations are here, and then this is likely where So somebody who has a strength in that would be able to really start to notice a geographical patterning, which actually will help to identifying where these people likely are. And then maybe with some cryptography, you could start to puzzle out the code names to see if you could figure out who might be involved. Or cross-referencing the ledger with the letters and correspondence that you'll have acquired to start to figure those things out too. They're always obviously just one way. You're not seeing letters from Jareth.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot of information here, and you've certainly gone quite a long way in figuring these things out. If you're able to get yourself in front of a map, you could maybe actually take a bit of time to at least create the circle and then see if there are places on said circle to figure out if there's a town or city in those locations. So it just requires a little bit of that type of homework. So you don't have access to all the resources you would need for that part. However, you understand quite a bit about this and the patterns of the people, at least you've been able to suss out. Which means that if you bring this to the sparrows directly and just hand it off to them, you're coming with a lot of knowledge to give them, which is great. Or you could bring this to somebody, someone that you know who's very good at maps. They would be able to give you the information about trying to figure out where these people might be.
Okay. And any lingo that makes it seem like we're in the know, essentially, I'm going to give to Vex and, not Vex, sorry, Cass and Misha.
Yeah.
Just so when we do land, you know,
Mhm.
it's not weird as far as just like, yep, got these people nailing it, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you're looking specifically for the people that Elgar was acquiring, a pattern is a little harder, but in looking at the letters, which is what helped you figure out who this person was and actually figuring out the name, it seems that they are trying to acquire a workforce. And so exactly what that work is impossible because they're not going to put that down in a letter when trying to make this. But there's a couple points where the wording does make it seem like they were looking for a workforce, and they weren't necessarily looking for, you know, well built, sturdy, strong. So it's not like it's just guards or just like heavy labor, like mining or whatever.
Yeah. And essentially just trying to give enough information or find enough information, give enough information to them so that we can explain why we only have 3. And because, you know, if we're waiting for a certain size and then 2, they fit the bill, like we're not the build of Cass, you know. Like we fit the bill of what they're hoping for.
Yes, absolutely, because the 3 of you at least look like you could be workers.
And,
in some way,
you know, young and able to work kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, be stuck there. So yeah, we'll give that over to Cass and Misha.
Okay.
Thank you.
Grand. Anybody else trying to achieve anything on the journey before we transition our scene? Transition on the transmissions? What?
I know Phelan has spent most of the time almost like meditating, trying to kind of connect more to this new friend that they have, and just trying to get to know that connection more and what they are able to do, and how to work with it.
Okay. I'm gonna have you do a roll when we take our evening rest. I'll check in with the others before we do that.
Yeah.
Anything from anyone? The answer can absolutely be, nah, I'm focused on sailing the ship. Cooking the food.
I think Cass is up with Misha a lot of the time and is mostly focused on sailing the ship, but does kind of like halfway through like nudge Misha and pull out like she had taken a little vial and squeezed all of the dragon's blood into it, and was just
Yeah.
like,
What's that?
from the dragon.
Oh. Oh.
I'm just saying. Not often you get the chance to have it, so
That's very
I'm just-
true.
I'm just thinking.
There's a lot of applications for that.
It could be really useful. I figured I would rescue it rather than let it dry in on this.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was really exciting to
I know.
be that close and like help it.
I'm so glad we managed to get him out okay.
Oh, they're just a little cutie pie.
I know. We should go back.
Yeah. Do you think we could bring it back to Swallow HQ?
Probably. I mean, he's not gonna get huge.
Yeah, like needs some TLC.
Yeah, somewhere to. I mean, the swallows do rescue any captured individual who needs rest and recuperation. I think he fits that well.
Yeah. And like, what if you could train him up to be like a mount and
Yeah,
fly
like
on
a
a dragon?
guard.
Yes. Very
You know,
that.
like very that. Yeah. But
Hmm.
yeah, we can have a think and see what we want to do with this. I'm not going to take more from him if we keep him around. That's not fair.
Oh,
But
no.
it was going spare,
Freely given.
freely given, and therefore now it's just in my pack in case I need it for anything.
That's so exciting. Well, if you need my
I know.
help with anything to that regard, I will, of course, help out how I need to.
I might. I'll have a think on it. We have some time.
Meditate. Tap
Yeah.
into the ancestors.
Well, not all of them are that fun, but we'll see what they have to say.
Well, like the people ancestors, maybe not so much, you know. But
Oh,
if
you
you
mean
believe
the
the hype,
dragon?
yeah,
Yeah,
if you
I
believe the
suppose.
hype.
Have a little think about the dragon and
I kind of do believe the hype, and I don't know if that's just wishful thinking, but like, you know,
I kind of do too. I think it's a little bit wishful thinking, but also I kind of believe it. I
hey,
get it.
weird things have happened, you know.
Weirder things have happened. Like
Mm-hmm.
it could so be true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would like it to be true, and I think that's more important.
Yes, let's manifest.
Yes, we're manifesting our own history, which I'm not sure that's how that works, but it's fine. We'll
Oh,
roll with it and hope for the
Hey,
best.
but like, what if your pull towards your very red color story right now was coming towards this moment?
Oh, wait.
You know, like the
Wait, maybe you're
universe
onto
was like,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I enjoyed that.
very that.
Something to think about. Very that.
Okay, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
I'll try and like meditate on it and see if any ideas come to mind.
Yeah, I'll do the same tonight, I think. But also I'm gonna go get more fish because lightning fish shouldn't be
It
good.
was really tasty.
You found your calling for once you're done with
Like,
all of this.
I
Like
don't
once
know
you
if it's the
retire.
lightning. Yeah, yeah. There's like a little bit of a zing to the meat, you know.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
Yeah, I'm into it. It's good. Yeah. Clearly you found your next venture for once you're done with all of this.
You know, I have like trail mix. We could take out some of the nuts and like crush them up, make like a little crumb, like a breadcrumb on top of.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, let's ready that.
Okay. Okay. Oh my god.
Just doing food experiments in the front
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
boat, like,
yeah.
ooh.
You're tapping into like draconic heritage. I'm tapping into cooking.
And I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, feeding people.
And it's so important.
Tapping into like divine feminine energy, you know.
Yeah, so true.
Okay.
Delightful.
She goes off looking very happy with herself.
Oh, I love her.
Hmm. Okay. Well, if folks are good with that, Phelan, could you roll me a spirit magic roll, please?
Yeah.
Hmm.
15.
Pretty
4
good.
stuff points.
Pretty good. So I think. Sorry, I'm still rubbing. I don't know why the cable to this becomes
Yeah, it's just like
hair
the
that's not
hair.
there as
Yeah.
Misha, you know? Yeah. Because we all know I'm channeling Alexis from Schitt's Creek. So I think during the day you definitely have moments where you're trying to meditate and feel that connection, and when you very much go internal and inside of yourself, you feel a presence there, in that you can feel a different energy when you're sat in a room by yourself and you're sat in the room with somebody else. Like when there is someone else sharing a space with you. And so when you're meditating, you feel that sense of company and comfort. It doesn't exactly feel like what you've been trained to be worried about, which is a spirit fully, being
Yeah.
inside of you and being possessed. It doesn't feel like that. The exact technicals around it is for other people to figure out.
I'm just vibing. I'm just going with the flow.
I'm
That's
just
for
here
other people to
for
figure out.
yeah. Don't hate me because you ain't me.
So I'm gonna tell Oriana.
And
She questions me again.
But it isn't until you take your sleep in between the 2 days of travel, whilst on this boat, that in your sleep, so for mages, sleep is very different to other people. Dwarves, no connection, no dreams, no nothing. That doesn't happen for dwarves. For other people, they might dream and it will feel like a dream, and they maybe don't realize that aspects of their consciousness is in the fade when they're doing it. For mages, it is like your sleep state has you in a different location. Now, you're not a dreamer. Those are specific types of mages who can control and manipulate and build upon and change the fate while they're there. But you are far more conscious of being in this different space when you are there. And as your consciousness shifts from your physical body to this mental body in the fade, you are aware that you are not by yourself when you are there, and there is a spirit there. You can see the shape is mostly humanoid. It gets a little fuzzy and then non-existent towards the legs and feet. But the shape is there, and it's more pronounced and more visible where the bones of like the rib cage are. And you can see a glow from inside of that. And the shape of the head, normal sort of shape. The ears elongate like an elf's, but they're slightly longer and have more of that sort of leaf shape. And it is just chilling there. It's not necessarily like it's standing there waiting for you. It's just kind of existing. And I think as you focus on it and connect on it, parts of its physical form are going to look more like a person. And I would like you to describe 3 features that you will see forming on this person as they start to look more like what you would recognize a person.
Yeah, I think there is definitely that silhouette of like long hair.
Mm-hmm.
like long, very almost like underwater type flowy hair.
Mm-hmm.
And we see like uh um focusing like on features like a mouth, but like a smiling, like just warm smile type of lips, mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what else? I feel like almost the ears become more solidified.
Yeah.
Um
And so you see a form starting to fully take shape in front of you that you would recognize as Elven.
mhm,
The hair, part of it flows freely down the back, and then there are sections that come down at the front and then are bound by hair tie halfway down to create a sort of like intentional piece of hair at the
mhm,
front, your little money piece. Um and uh a form that you'll see more shoulders, arms. They appear to be wearing clothes that you would recognize as something that the Dalish might wear. It definitely looks like elven influence clothing, although not necessarily of a time period or location
mhm,
that you would recognize, but definitely elven.
mhm,
Um, and I would say somewhat non-binary, I guess, in any gender markers you would try to
mhm,
look for with this person. But
mhm,
they will smile fully now that they are
mhm,
taking shape in your mind.
mhm. I think as they are taking shape, there is a soft smile that kind of falls over Phelan's face. Um, and I think they just look at them and just say, "Hi, friend."
Hello.
Thank you for your help with everything back there.
You're welcome. You needed help.
And you seem to give it when I do.
Helping is what I am.
I
How
think I can
are
like
you
that.
now?
Better. I'm alive. And so are those people. Thanks to you.
We did it together.
Yeah. Can I?
Mm?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you.
I was just going to ask if there was a reason why you attach yourself to me.
I am drawn to those who need healing and kindness when they have wounds on the inside. And I help them. I give them compassion. And I showed myself to you because even when you have wounds of your own, your instinct is to help others. So I help you do that.
Thank you.
Of course. You will be able to heal and help more efficiently now with my help.
Yeah. That's makes me happy.
Mm.
Thank you for choosing to stay.
Thank you for letting me. Not everyone is as understanding about my kind.
Well, I think spirits also deserve some compassion.
You will have a hard time convincing some people of that.
True. But
They don't need to know.
exactly. It can be our little secret. Is there anything I can do for you while you're with me?
I would know how mango tastes.
Okay. So, how does that work? Do I like call to you and then eat a mango, or do I give you a mango?
I don't know. But I think probably more the former.
I'll
You
call
can
you.
let me experience things by you experiencing them.
I can do that. You think of things you want to experience, and we'll do that.
I helped someone once who was very far gone in their despair, and in their mind, the only pleasant, positive thing they had in their memories was the taste of mango. So I should like to taste it for them.
We'll do that. We'll have a mango together soon.
I should like that. Is there anything you need from me?
No. I do enjoy your company.
Then we shall enjoy company together when you sleep. Maybe when you wake, but I worry that that might be a little bothersome and could cause some dismay in your friends.
It's okay. I'll call to you when it won't cause as much dismay.
Okay,
And then you can experience the world.
I should like that.
Do you want to show me around the fade a little bit? We can
Okay.
walk together.
We can walk, and you see it like lower its head slightly as it has to. You're not sure if it's concentration or just exerting some sort of will, but you will start to see legs and feet fully forming and coming into your vision. They're barefoot.
Yeah. As am I here. This is dreams. It's like when you're home and you're like, I'm not wearing pants. Like, I'm not wearing shoes in my
Yeah.
dreams. I
Most
barely
people
wear them in
don't
real
wear
life.
feet. Yeah, canonically, elves in Dragon Age get the dogs out all the time, including
woof.
weirdly in the Veilguard armor, where it's like metal boots that they're wearing, but shaped like feet that have full on toes on it. What the heck?
Yeah, keep them dogs out.
Always put them dogs away. Nobody asked. Yeah, so it will show you around a little bit with a couple of the features that are nearby.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you have a nice pleasant dream.
He wakes up. I need a mango. I would like to have a mango after all this.
Mhm.
Bro, Phelan's gonna have like a mango with like chili lime on it, a mango with like honey on it, like
Yeah.
it's gonna have like a flight
Greek
of
yogurt.
mango. Yeah.
Yeah. Antivan yogurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Very nice. Okay. Eventually, your couple of days on this boat will pass. You are able to eat some delicious fish with some accoutrements cobbled together by being very creative with the rations that you have. You will note you're probably going to pick, however you decide to head home from where you're about to go, acquiring food for your journey home is probably going to be sensible.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you're going to at a state of somebody who's probably very rich. Just raid their kitchen.
They're gonna be dead anyway. So.
Yeah. You're gonna reach the top of the landmass that is Ravane, and come to where you know the estate to be. It's between a couple of settlements to the north, just shy of getting to Kontar, I believe it's called.
You can't say that on stream.
I'm Scottish. I can swear all I like. You can't. The Kontar, which is a settlement that I think Cass knows a bit about because it is aside from land masses actually settled by the Canary, it is a Canary settlement. It's the only one outside of those islands that they live on. You're not going that far. Do you pull the ship in fully, well, I say ship, a boat, into what is probably the dock of the estate? You'll have the option at this point to decide if you want to get off just before that, scope the place out, figure some things out before going around, or just fully committing to the bit and docking and being like, hey, we've got your slaves, where do we put them? What kind of approach? I'm giving you guys the option to figure out that approach before I make that decision for you. Oh, it's not picking up your audio, Tora.
Weird if we deviated, I think.
Yeah.
They are expecting us. Or well, they're expecting a boat of people.
Mhm.
I think it would look stranger to start scoping the place out and then amble up like we have your cargo, and also we were scoping it out for half an hour beforehand for some reason. Like if this is a
dock real quick first, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like if this is a planned thing that happens often, it would be weirder to like you say,
Yeah.
In case they
deviate.
spot you. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to sail the boat to a dock that's relatively small. Clearly, small vessels similar to this are able to pull into this place. It's not manned, it's not attached to a settlement, and you can see a path that is laid with some stone to create the stone pathway that leads up to an estate that, unlike the other that was very much perched on the actual cliff itself, this one is back a little ways and nestled between two sort of like rocky outcroppings so that it's got some shelter from the back end as well as then opening up towards where the coastline is. So you'll be able to get people out and walk up this pathway towards said estate. It could be that there are people a little closer to the estate itself. There is nobody here greeting you from the dock itself.
Do we just go up or do we?
Yeah, I think we just have to commit. Like,
We're all like
we-
attached together in a chain, three of us.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like baby chain style.
yeah, we gotta just commit, and I think just full send it.
Yeah. As you start to walk towards it, I imagine near the dock there's probably small carts that are sort of left there so that if people dock to them, bring stuff to the estate, they can use a cart. And then there's probably equally a cart up at their side for, you know, a bit of back and forth thing if people have cargo to transport. So if you wanted to pop your people on the cart and sort of pull that up in some way, it's not manned with a horse. It's not designed for big cargo.
Okay.
Okay.
We're small people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're on the approach, you're gonna pass. I mean, clearly this space is, while not necessarily the land of the person who is living in that estate, it's probably pretty close to it. You know, like that expanse of countryside. There's basically theirs to rule over, because you can't see any other settlements or homes or what have you. It's very quiet, very isolated up in this little notched northern part of the coastline. You're gonna pass an area with some trees that look like they were intentionally put there rather than just being a natural sort of outcropping of trees. It feels, yes, countryside and somewhat wild, but there's areas that feel manicured enough that this person has clearly designed it to feel lush and beautiful, and you can tell from the estate that you're looking at that it looks fairly high end. And actually, partly from Kana with your engineering, but also just Cass with your cultural knowledge, actually. There are aspects to the building that you would say looks like it is possibly Tevinter, because outside of the actual Imperium itself, there are buildings littered all over Thedas that have Tevinter influence, because there was a time in history where Tevinter basically ruled over most corners at some point. And so even down in Ferelden, you'll have seen things that have that sort of look to them.
The Roman Empire.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So there's definitely influence in certain parts of the building, particularly the wall, but actually, Cass, you're going to notice that the bones of this building look like buildings that you saw like back home. There's Kunari influence to it. And how clued up is Cass on the history of her people?
Fairly, I would say. Like, I think it's a big part of their education and something she revisited after she left to be like, did they lie? Let's find out.
So what you would know about Ravane is that, yes, you see influence all over Thedas of the Tevinter Imperium, because they occupied and ruled over for periods of various points of history. But Ravane was once fully occupied and ruled over by the Kunari before there was exalted marches to kick them out, basically. So it kind of makes sense to have a building with that sort of architectural influence. And it's not something that Kana is necessarily going to notice the origins of that. There's going to be elements of it where you're like, I mean, that doesn't really look Tevinter. But Kana and most of you will have had no reason to see what Kunari architecture actually looks like. You've not been to parts of the world where their influence has been felt in any way. So yeah, it's an interesting place. And while you guys are considering it, and whether you are on high alert and looking around the pathway, looking up towards the estate, looking behind you guys, for those of you who are a bit more aware of your surroundings. What you aren't anticipating as you come to the sort of stretch of pathway is that from up on one of the rocky like outcroppings that you're passing, and you sort of hear it first with a little bit of a thud, crunch, thud, crash. Just above you, where there's jutting out parts of trees and shrubs that kind of nestle in and grow at the side of rocky expanses. At first, you just notice a big bit of fabric descending, and then you realize that like landing and getting tangled amongst ropes and branches is a dwarf? Question mark. And you can't make out much details at this point of the person. You're aware that stature-wise it is likely a dwarf, but is currently very much entangled in rope and now fabric, and has landed just above you guys. Like, maybe with a bit of a jump, Cass could get to the bottom end, but this person is currently trapped. And then you just hear a, oh!
Mother help.
What do you do?
I'm a slave. I'm not supposed to do anything.
I think Cass looks at the three of them, looks at Michelle, looks up at the mess, and just is like, okay. And then looks at Michelle and is like, do you want to go or will I go?
You can go. I can try and catch. Or do you want me to try
Sure.
me you catch?
Well, are you gonna catch, or are you gonna break their fall with your body and hope for the best?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Like Cass will go and see if she can like make a little jump and just like essentially like either just pull them down or like tap them out. Be like, out you
Okay.
come.
Okay. I would ask if we can, if we do a climbing roll, the DC would be a little lower. I could do a might roll. The DC would be higher because trying to like get up and get enough of a catch on somebody to try and pull them down is a little harder to do.
Sure. The issue is I'm significantly better at might than I am at climbing. So
Gambling.
Yeah.
Don't do it, people. It's highly addictive.
don't gamble.
But
but also,
gambling.
we'll try the might, and if it doesn't work, Cass will very humbly start climbing.
Yeah. A humble climb.
A humble climb.
Routine's not the best for something that should be quite tricky to do just with your
Yes.
might. Yeah. We still have never gone into fix your focus, bro.
I know, we keep meaning to and then we just don't.
Yeah. Those two little commas look quite yonic, however, don't they?
They do.
Eh.
But I got 3 stun points, so at least it's stylish.
It's stylish. I say that what you're able to do is kind of get up and get a little bit of a hold and get a bit of a tug on some ropes, and there's a slight movement. The person is clearly aware that there are voices now and that somebody's trying to reach up. And you just hear like a bit of a squeak of a sound. As they're like trying to scramble, whether to free themselves, get away from you, it's hard to tell really, but it's not very successful because they're very entangled.
What? Catholic gives up on that. She's like, what did you do? Why has this happened to you?
I would request that you state your purpose and intention here before I give you an answer.
Okay, we're making a delivery. What did you do?
I was out paragliding.
Why?
For fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but can we hear this? Or we just
Uh-huh.
hear,
Yeah. No, you can
Okay,
hear
okay.
this. Yeah.
This
There's slight muffling given that
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
entangled
can
up
I
in
just-
the fabric, but
not-
yes.
Not that I have this, but inside-ish, just
Yeah.
whatever that.
Does it look like a
and
makeshift
bam.
paraglide or like an actual paraglide?
Okay, so I need a perception roll from Oriana. It would be empathy. We don't have the empathy, but we'll roll the perception. For Phelan,
Damn.
I don't have a lot
I'd
of
like
much.
I'd like a cunning roll,
Okay.
essentially, because you're trying to like suss out and use your smarts about figuring out what does a makeshift power, what does that look like?
No.
Who the fuck knows? It doesn't look like a paraglide anymore. It doesn't look
I
like
just
a
see
power
rope and fabric.
Fabric.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Who the fuck
Yeah.
Last time I saw
Uh,
that, it got a little kinky.
Certainly not a boat, 18, however, this whole shtick at this point, total bullshit. And you'll have noticed a shift in the voice when Cass said we're making a delivery.
So probably aware of things.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
going
a
to-
slave.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna just like shift. They probably can't see me, right? Like, I'll probably just see a little door.
I don't think they can see much of anything right now, to be honest.
Yeah. So just still not making a huge, kerfuffle of anything, but just like kind of getting closer to Misha and whispering and just being like, okay, I think we all know that's bullshit, but they recognized when Cass said we were making delivery, something changed. So
Hey,
they clearly know what's happening. Yeah.
I was just gonna call up like in Dwarven
Uh-huh.
and just be like, hey, we're cool. Like, we're not actually like, we know some hinky shit's going on here, but we're not gonna hurt you. You can trust
if-
us.
What if they're escaping?
Or what
That's
if
what
they
I'm-
work for them?
I don't know what you're saying. Can I don't speak Dwarven.
You're gonna hear them say
fine.
in like broken Dwarven, essentially when somebody says no hablo inglés, them basically say I like
I
my
don't speak
Dwarven is
Dwarven.
not good, but says that in Dwarven, like has the ability
Yeah.
to say in Dwarven, my Dwarven is not good.
No
Yes,
hablo
good
español.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Bathroom.
Just like curses a little bit and then calls up and comment, learn about your culture. We're fine. You can trust us.
What if they're a slave? Then maybe they can't learn about their culture.
Are you here making a delivery too?
Uh-huh.
Cass lets the silence go
Uh,
on a long, like genuinely, like Cass lets it be silent for too long, and then
Uh-huh.
goes, "I don't know
I
because
guess-
you've not finished."
Oh, you mean if I am also making a delivery?
Yeah.
If you think about it, I'm the delivery. In a way. But I'm also not. It's fine.
Oriana's absolutely just
I-
banging the chains on her forehead now. Just
I
like,
feel okay. And they're letting you speak? Weird.
See, that's the thing. That's the whole thing is that like it's fine.
Hey, Kana.
Yeah.
Hey, Kana.
I give
Yeah.
up. I just
Hey.
give up. I give
We
up.
don't know what's going
I-
on, so maybe just don't give our entire plan away.
No, trust. We don't know her.
Well, that's why I
I-
started Dwarven.
Well, maybe let the slaver
Yeah, 'cause
talk.
all Dwarven know Dwarven.
Ow! So stop hitting me.
I mean, I can hear. Okay, admittedly, I can't hear everything that you're saying, but like I can hear that you're talking, and it feels like whatever it is that's going on down there seems highly irregular.
Because a door falling from the
Um,
sky is not.
And listen, I'm not here to talk about my situation. Your
Your situation just fell onto us.
to make a
It's
delivery.
kind of
I
our
am,
situation.
technically speaking, I am not on you. I am suspended above you. And I'm getting a little lightheaded. I think I'm upside down. But however, I feel like if you're here to make a delivery, you're very close to your location, and I wish you luck.
Were you
Cass is
a
gonna-
delivery?
No, I am simply here parachuting for a sport.
Uh-huh.
So And
I am here recreationally.
knowing that this has failed at this point to
Yeah.
just do anything, I think
Yeah.
like out loud, or I was just like, "Do you want me to just throw a knife at her so we don't have to worry
Oh,
about it?"
please! I would
completely?"
really
Right.
request. Listen, I am simply here minding my own business.
Stop
I
lying
think-
to me. I already know you're lying, and I'm over it. So I'm just
Well,
gonna
I'm pretty
throw the
sure
knife
you're
and
all
not worry
lying
about
too.
you.
So we're all in here.
Well, if
in
you're
the
dead, I don't have to worry about you blowing our plan. So
Okay.
Hey,
I think as this conversation is going, Cass just looks at everyone and is just like, and just starts. It's like, I'm gonna start climbing and see what happens
Yeah.
and see if I
Okay.
can get
Yeah,
up here.
Yeah.
and I don't know if anyone would pick it up on it, but Oriole's not actually going to kill her. But
Yeah,
it's just like,
yeah.
Shut the
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
up,
It's just
I'm over
there.
it.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you want? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow you to add a +2 to your climbing roll because there's quite a lot of like footholds here. It is not like
Sure.
you're climbing up.
I mean,
a
I'm not a very
sheer
good
surface.
climber anyway, so we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. Nah.
20.
big.
Alright.
Yeah.
I've been rolling like awful this session, so be it.
I think
can I
what
like
it is
point
that
out footholds?
you're climbing up and like you're technically managing to do the climb, but you are gonna have to stop at a certain point and like not feel confident about where to go now. You're a
Am
little
I
closer to
high
her
enough?
eye level at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say, am I
Yeah.
high enough that she can see me?
Probably. Yeah. I feel like now you're able to see her inside of what she's tangled up in. She can clock you and lets out another squeak at seeing you.
Yeah, Cass is like fully like hanging on and then just like uses like an elbow, like a full
Yeah.
armored elbow to like
Yeah.
flank the
So,
branch and be like,
Um
what's happening? What's going
What's
on?
the haps? You can see a dwarven woman, fairly dark skin, dark hair that was probably very nicely braided at some point. Dressed in very humble clothing, not armor in any way. And is tangled up and is indeed mostly upside down. So I feel what it is that you've climbed up and now you're making eye contact with her, but she's upside down. It's a little bit of the Spider-Man moment.
Yeah, the Spider-Man.
But she's gonna clock that you're Kunari. And
Yeah.
Chat, she's hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
she's pretty cute.
That's Cass's first report back down. Just like, guys, she's hot. We can't throw a knife at her.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
What are you doing? Why were you doing all of this?
I feel like if I tell you, I might be compromising my own safety if you're indeed doing what you're saying you're doing.
Okay. Fair. So presumably you aren't on the best of terms with the person that we are delivering to. Yeah? Fair assumption?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
If
well,
you could just like help me get down from here, I can be on my way to do my plans. So that I'm not in the way of whatever it is that you plan. Are you guys? And she like tries to like lean in a little bit. And it's clearly a bit of a struggle, and her hair kind of gets caught in one of the branches. Are you here because you're not on good terms with the person who lives there?
maybe not.
Please just give me an answer so that I can. I'm begging you.
I'm begging you, please.
Well, if you were lying to us and then you went and ratted us out to the people involved, then that would be very bad for us.
Okay, so I feel like we're like both approaching the if I tell you then it might okay. Fuck it, I'm already upside down in a dream. I'm currently trying to enact a plan that I swear is actually very good and very well thought out, and I'm actually very smart. To try and seek help, and then try to end a very bad situation for a lot of people.
Oh, wonderful. Well, cavalry's arrived, so...
You've got horses?
Well, not real horses, it's fine. There's a
Oh.
dragon. The dragon's not here. He's having a time. Basically,
There's like a moment of like excitement and then horror and then like okay.
That's like basically, and then like goes to lift a hand up to start talking
Yeah.
with her hands like she does, and it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
basically. You were looking for help. Help
Yes.
is here.
Okay. Okay.
We don't care for what is going on. We would also like to end some bad situations.
That's so good. Are you guys like capable?
Despite
Yep.
what everything about this situation would suggest.
Look, I
Usually,
understand
yes.
because I'm actually really very smart, but I appreciate that this situation. Okay. This didn't quite go to plan.
None of us are meeting each other at our best. Let's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's
Let's
figure
just-
that out.
Yeah, put a line under it. Hi, I'm Mirabelle, and you just see like a hand snaking out to shake your
That's
hand.
I love
Swinging on
her.
the tree like
Yeah.
Cass.
I want her to be my new best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Ariana.
If you if you take a little bit of time, you will be able to get her untangled enough that she can kind of climb out. She manages to climb down from there very adeptly. Clearly, she has a focus in climbing. And we'll sort of
Cass
like
doesn't even bother climbing down. She just like looks behind her and goes,
Yeah.
and just drops back, and it's like, that'll do it.
trust fall,
Yeah.
swan dive.
And
off
the
again.
ground's got me.
Yeah.
The ground will be there, and what's it gonna do? Hurt me? I don't think so.
Yeah. So now all of you can see she is darker skinned, dark hair, dwarven woman who as has been noticed, like she's got pretty features to her. Is more slender than you might anticipate a dwarf to be, but that could more speak to perhaps
Malnutrition.
Yeah.
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 But she will brush her hands and like extend her hand to each of you in turn if you will take it. I am Mirabelle.
Right.
Shane Tan. Hello.
I'm just going to assume you're the one that spoke Dwarven to me. I'm sorry that I couldn't speak it. I wasn't raised among
Alright,
dwarves.
that's fine. Sorry for being sassy about it. It's all good.
It's okay. Some situations warrant a little bit of sass.
Kana, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Would fix your braids for you, but I'm sort of undercover. Don't really have the.
Oh, right. Yeah, no. It's fine. You know, sometimes when you're out
Okay.
and about and in action, your hair doesn't always stay neatly in place. And that's okay.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, I did create a patch. So that has worked a couple of times. And then I don't know what it was about that last little jump. The wind just took me wrong and I miscalculated.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
I'm
Um,
Phelan.
Nice to meet you, Phelan. I'm assuming we probably have quite a bit to speak about, but I would recommend we maybe just do it around this corner so that nobody can see us from.
Yeah. I think you
Okay.
could help us
Good call.
greatly with what we're doing here.
I'm hoping you can help me with my okay. And she toddles off around the corner. Clearly, you know, a woman about business. And she's ready to get down to it. Which we will do in our second half, everybody. We're at our halfway point, just over. So we're going to take our 10-minute break. So please go hydrate, stretch your legs, take your meds, whatever you need to do, and we will see you back here in 10. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you're well rested. We're going into the second half of our finale episode of today, and after a slightly eventful boat ride here, including frying some fish, boiling fish, cooking it with lightning, and a little visit from a spirit in the Fade during sleep. We arrived at our location as we were on the approach to hand over our slaves. Somebody came crashing into your lives from above with a makeshift parachute and got tangled in a tree. It is a dwarf. Her name is Mirabelle. And she has coaxed you guys to just go around the corner slightly with this rock face so that you can't see the estate. with some purpose in her step. I'm assuming you all follow them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She'll turn around and kind of eye you all and see some of you in your manacles. So are you like pretending to be slaves?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty much.
interesting. Okay. I know you were planning to.
Probably kill the guy that was in charge. I don't know.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
And let anyone
Like, yeah.
free who is there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Yes. They feel like they are plans that can definitely coincide together. I was escaping so that I could go to the nearby settlement and hope that the Canary there would be interested in helping me, or at least finding some people who could help, and convince them to create an attack upon the gates, sort of as a distraction to trigger something, and then a few things that I'm hoping to put in place will all happen. It will result in a lot of fire, and there's a whole thing. I've been working on these plans for a while.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So I don't know. There is only 5 of you, but maybe. I mean, perhaps we could go and get more if you feel you need more, but do you guys feel like storming a gate?
That
It's
does
kind of
sound
important that,
fun.
yeah. So, I need at least somebody to try to do that because I've been working over the past few weeks to rig up the system where they have barrels with tar should anyone attack, because they live nearby to a settlement that they, it's a whole thing. So that when the release mechanism is pushed, instead of tipping forward, they're going to tip backwards. And then
That's really smart.
Yep, and then that mechanism connects to something that is in a nearby watchtower space that, all going well, will ignite through a spark with some stone. And if it can then be on fire, I mean, the tar itself may be enough, but my plan is that it ignites as it goes past, so that the arrow is on fire, lands in the tar, and then sets the tar on fire.
You
And
rigged this
then
all up yourself while staying hidden
yeah,
and not getting caught doing that?
The wire hair. Yeah.
yeah, she has braids too. So yes, I'm quite good at inventions. It's kind of
Yeah.
what led to
Settle
me
down,
to
Kana.
the situation that I'm in. She wasn't doing anything?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
One second. So you were there already? Like
Yes, I've
taken?
been working for a number of years.
Oh, so you've been there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And they let you go anywhere?
No, well, so
I guess I'm just confused why you weren't under watch and how you accomplished all this without.
I'm
Yes,
very
this is
good at
why
what
I
I
was very
do.
impressed.
Yeah.
But I'd like to hear how.
Yeah.
I need to know how you did that.
A lot of
So-
people can go unnoticed depending on what they're doing.
Yes, sometimes I
don't
did
know
have
her.
watch, but okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, I don't have to share my plans with you if you guys don't. Well,
You
like
don't.
I can go and find other people, and you can.
But I don't
Do your
trust that
side
you're
of-
not going to rat us out. So please explain. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Rude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
she's always like
The
this. It's
question
okay.
still stands. Yeah. You can
Okay.
think I'm rude. I don't care.
So, I was made to conduct certain types of work, based on my natural abilities with things of that nature, and I've done enough that helped with the rigging of certain things in the way that they wanted me to the point that they at least trusted my abilities and capabilities in doing so. And after about 2 to 3 years of doing that, I realized that perhaps when I'm working on the things that they are making me do and seem to trust me to do, because I've done it well and it's been effective for them in their favor, I could just start figuring out a way of going to make repairs to certain things or being in the area and doing something else. And when not immediately under watch, I am able to conduct certain things. I'm not always just free roaming, but occasionally I will go to an area because they want me to install something for them. And so when I'm installing it and people eventually get bored when they're on watch or their eyes are turned or it looks like I am doing something that I am legitimately meant to be there doing, I'm able to strategize ways in which to kind of reverse engineer certain things.
Okay. And second quick question. This building and or walls are tall enough for you to glide off of?
Yes.
And you want us to storm very tall walls?
No. The
Okay.
gate.
Just the gate.
I need them to feel threatened enough that they
To activate the
think
tar.
we need to drop tar on them.
Sure.
But when they go to do it, it's going
Nope.
to go backwards onto them
No, I
and
got
then
that part,
trigger.
yeah.
So
I'm
it's mostly a ruse, but equally, if you see people and you want to kill them, like pop off, I guess. But
the
Uh,
plan we had was to not draw attention. Clear, like lifts up manacles. You know, like we were.
and
gonna
you
be
can
inside.
you can still do that. I'm not I was simply seeing if I could, like, like 2 birds 1 stone it with this situation. I can easily go and find some people that will hopefully storm a building for me, even just to create a little bit of threat. I don't know that anyone was going to say yes. At the very least, then I could escape. But my hope is that I am able to do such that the other people who are in there are going to get to go too. I figure eventually someone would listen to me and want to help. Eventually.
well, Cass is like, I don't know how I feel about letting any Canary run rampant. That could get out of hand quickly.
I have questions,
Listen.
but I feel like
Mm.
And it's not really far out of the realm of possibility that they work with them. Because there's not a lot
no.
out here.
There's a lot of animosity between the two. Like, I think there's a
Mm.
little element of live and let live in that the Canary don't come and pester them, but equally, like, they're very close to their turf.
Yeah.
And the people who run this building feel threatened enough that they have tar at their walls.
Yeah. Territorial. It is what it is.
So you were hoping that the not out of the kindness of the heart, but of the we want to fuck their shit up.
Yeah.
Carry that.
Which is more likely. My concern is that the animosity would override the desire to help these people, and it could get very messy trying to get people out. Knowing that we have the same goal to help people does make it a little easier for me to swallow. And then she like thinks about it for a second, and then she's like, "How sure are you that I'm not gonna get tarred if I do this?"
I'm very good at what I do.
Okay, I'm not doubting your abilities. I just wouldn't care to get
Be
covered in
tarred.
tar.
There's a
Yeah.
few other
Right.
things like that are on the inside that I'm hoping all kind of it all comes together. You
It's
know.
like a
Okay.
domino effect.
Yeah.
Cass will like look at the others and be like, "I'm not against it as an option, but
We can see if we can find people that might be convinced. I'm hoping, and she pulls out a pouch that makes enough clanking that either it's metal, aka probably coins, or gems. Like there's some clacking and clanging going on inside of it. I'm hoping this is enough of a motivator that some people will go and just challenge the gate for this.
Yeah. I mean, we
Yeah.
could go have someone challenge the gate, and then if we get inside, like if you and Misha can go get someone to challenge the gate, and then once we're inside, we can try to help get people out once the ruckus starts.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are a few people that are in there that I know once like stuff is really like kicking off, um, that they will have the we're rising up against the captors, you know,
And
and ready
Right.
to lift
they're
arms.
they're capable. Not everyone is. You can have the attitude, but sometimes you're not entirely capable of the
so
action, and that's fine. But
in that, well, they're not like well armed or you know, armored. However, they have a force of will and the numbers.
okay,
You know,
which you know,
if you kind of storm at somebody and sure we don't have weapons, but like that decorative
Overwhelm
sword
them.
on the wall will definitely do some damage if I stab it into somebody's soft bits, you know? So
Right.
it usually does. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, not to be underestimated.
Are they gonna be
um
ready? If aren't they expecting you to like take a minute? You think they'll be ready if we do it soon?
a lot of them in there don't know that I'm doing this because I felt if they did know they would be nervous enough that they might blow my cover.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't want any of them getting into trouble because of my uh decisions and actions.
Mhm.
But I
That's
know
fair.
that once they see it happening, and it feels like the tide is turning slightly, I have a confidence that enough of them will be able to give them help.
Okay. If we're there to help them, we could help turn that tide over.
Yeah, like inspirational. I feel inspired just talking to you guys.
That's the first, but thank you.
It's nice to see people who are just here, like, I don't know who you are or why you've come here, and I don't know that you know anybody who's in there, but you're wanting to help. Like, that's cool as shit. So I feel inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
We're
know,
part of yeah, this is the whole thing. We're glad.
Okay.
it's what we do. Okay. Cass will like look at the others and be like, thoughts. What are we?
And prayers.
Yeah. Yeah. Beyond that, thoughts? Question mark. Or
Think. I mean, y- you sound confident, Mirabelle. I wish that I could check your work and see myself that everything's gonna work. I wish I could look at
I
your
mean, I can do
designs.
this, and she'll like make a fist with her hand, and a spring-loaded blade comes out. I did
That's
this.
so cool.
oh,
Yeah.
All right,
that
capable.
rules. That's really
All right,
cool.
Should get one of
definitely.
those, Oriana.
And then like there's like a little latch thing for her to hold on that pulls it back in again.
How
I
do you make
couldn't.
the
I
springs
didn't want to look
the
like.
springs that small? Anyway, we're good. That's really awesome. We should compare notes later. I'm a smith craftsman by trade, so I think that's really neat.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, beyond the point. I like this plan. I think it's fun. I think if there's an active plan going on,
If
like
you want to
we can
accept this
only
as payment,
assist.
if you're wanting to do like the one, so that I don't have to give this to other people. If we want me to give this to other people, I can't offer anything else. But like, there's a lot of shit in that house, and I can make you things like this if you want.
I'm just look in the bag and see what's in there.
There is gold coins and gems. Like this is a rough estimate. That's a very
She's been digging in those couch cushions.
yeah. She has definitely acquired this from somewhere that she shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we want enough time to do this properly and with a bit more preparation, deliver the goods, us, we are the goods. We get in there. We can have an awareness of what the inside is. And after you delivered, you can go with Mirabelle to maybe gather some Canary to run this distraction, because in the rare chance that it does not work and you do get tarred, it's not you, it's other people. But then we will be able to help. As a rare chance,
How
does leave us
confident
a-
are you when you're delivered that like you can immediately not be taken in as slaves? Because I don't really want to go into details, but they're really not nice to you when they're assessing what you can and can't do when you arrive.
Yeah. I think the longer we're in there, the worse things look for us. Like we have the ability to like quickly escape our bonds if action starts, but like then our cover's blown. And I don't
And if
Love the
you
idea of
are-
actually getting treated like a slave while I'm in
and
there.
if we're trying to run a distraction, you don't want to blow your spot before that happens, because then
Right.
we're fighting on two fronts and they're prepared for both.
We could wait to
I
make the
can-
delivery until you guys come back with the storming Kunari, but they have. I mean, we did pull up with a ship already.
And Storm and Canary are not subtle. It's not really our specialty.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't
That's-
want them to be subtle, you know.
No, we don't really do subtlety anyway. It's okay.
I can give you guys an awareness of like what you're going into. It lays out much like a house. You know, like
Yeah.
the big fancy noble kind,
Yeah.
I guess.
But
But
Oriana, do you have any thoughts?
That was going to be my thought. I need to know
Okay.
what we're going into, because essentially we're 5 people. And
Yeah.
it's easier to sneak in, figure out what's going on, and then try to get out that way with as many people as we possibly can,
mhm.
and just cut the head off the snake kind of thing, rather
Yeah,
than try to
so-
army it. So
My current situation, the tar on the fire is going to take care of a lot of the people who are front ending keeping the place safe. There is a room where others will take break and tend to hang out quite a bit. That hopefully, if one of them does what I know that they often do and are predictable, it is going to essentially lock the door on them. And hopefully that all comes to pass. I imagine they're very predictable.
I do have. Sorry, not to interrupt, but just to get this out. We may only be 5 people, but Misha and I could do a lot of damage from a distance that might be able to trigger them to do the tar.
Mm.
Are you eyes you both archers?
No.
Are you, mages?
Hannah.
Mm,
The hand that's
Oh,
dry.
hey, they won't
Busting.
expect that. Damn.
yeah.
Okay. Is your priority going in and like taking care of business, or is our priority going in and getting people out? Because my priority was mostly creating enough chaos and harm and or distraction and or barrier to get people out.
Priority is getting people out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can take care of the orchestrator after that, so that they do not keep perpetrating this, yes.
Yeah.
But it is more important to get people out. I would assume looks to the group to confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I feel like-
freeing people is priority.
Yeah. But if what you've got going on is going to help free people, like, if we have the opportunity to get to the head of
Oh,
the snake,
we won't be turning it down.
So
that can only help also distract away from the people that are escaping. Like,
I can't say to all of you, but some of you definitely just upon visual inspection clearly look like you can handle yourself in a fight. So,
thanks.
if you and this, so the person who runs this place, cruel, nasty, horrible, garbage in the bin, but very much uses the fact that he has power and control to be cruel, but like has none of the fighting skill to back it up. Like
Scared
confidence
as soon as he's
that
in a
has not been
corner.
earned. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like when actually dealing with like one-to-one combat, he'll be a little bit of a poser. He has very expensive weapons. He has like some gadgets that I made him, and I couldn't get a hold of them to kind of jerry. It would have been really funny to cause one to backfire, but he has a very nice crossbow. So but like doesn't have the level of skill where I feel like he's going to present like a big challenge for you.
Okay, question. Do you know their name? I would assume so, since rich people can't stop talking about who they are.
Elgar.
Elgar, okay.
Yeah.
Any last name?
Itolan.
Itolan. Okay. What does he look like? Just in case something happens
Yeah.
and we have to be on the
So-
lookout for this person who escapes.
Dark hair, long, has like stringy vibes. Sometimes worn in like an obnoxious updo, but not always. And then has like a mustache that like comes to little points.
That's like
Whereas a lot of
pointing
black
out
with
I'm
like
evil, you know.
yeah,
It's
with
just-
like green and yellow accenting, there's a lot of snakes involved, but like that's very to Winter, you
Yeah,
know.
okay.
Mhm.
They love their snake motifs.
So,
Yeah.
just to clarify, his people that work there and the guards and everything, they family? Are they to a cause?
No,
Does he just
he
pay them well?
has family, but they live in a place in Tevinter, a city, I don't remember which, because
That's
I'm
fine.
not gonna lie, I don't care.
Oh.
So they tend to live there and then they'll sometimes come out and visit and they'll have like banquets here. Mostly this place is for like work and creation and uh the building of things that will get sold to people who are dealing with folks who live in Pervolin because we're just south of
Yeah.
Pervolin.
Yeah.
I mostly ask that if he dies, do you think they're going to care very much and try to help him? Or are they just going to scatter?
I don't know, like I find like these kind of people it could go one of two ways that oh my gosh, you've killed my people and now I will bring retribution upon you. Or it's like, hey, now I get to inherit the fortune. Cool.
If-
And
if
I
they're not,
really
like-
I can't I don't know how emotionally attached to one another they are.
well, I mean, they're not like a religious cult and he's their leader and they'll avenge everything, you know?
I don't think
Kind
so.
of
I
level
don't think.
thing? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's
Okay.
like a religious thing.
Gotcha. Well,
It's just an asshole thing, you know?
I'm mean the zealot part of it, but yeah, no, I got you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, aren't they all there? I don't know. I don't want to cast aspersions. I'm sure there's like good people who are
They
like
could just
living
get
under the
paid.
shitty people, but like all the people who are in power, shitty.
Well, I mean,
Like
they
the
could just be
worst.
getting paid, and once they're not paid anymore, they're gone.
Mm,
You know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if he's dead, then they're not going to get paid,
Mm,
and they won't care that we killed him. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah. Frankly,
my
once
thoughts.
I'm gone and a couple of other people who have like different areas of work, the ability to create what was here is gonna stop. So
Well, that's good.
yeah. I'm so
So-
glad that when I crash landed, like it was above you guys. Like for a minute there, it was really dicey, and I thought, oh
It
fuck,
could
I've
have
been
been-
caught, and I'm
Yeah, that could have been worse for you. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. I timed it
Glad
really
we-
quickly because like the wind was
Yeah.
really in my favor the first two jumps to get to that point, and then it just it turned on me. But maybe it didn't. Maybe the universe was like, hey, I'm actually going to cause you to stop here because you need to meet these people. Maybe that's what happened.
Right. And
Like,
we got
is
here
that what our
quickly
ancestors
enough.
do? Do our ancestors
You
do that?
still
I don't
had-
actually know because I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't like raised with.
I think usually the ancestors speak through stone rather than wind, but like
Mm.
you know,
Hey,
whatever works.
whatever
Yeah.
works.
You crashed into rocks, so I guess that counts.
Sure.
I crashed into a tree, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Was it a tree?
Maybe like
Yeah.
some of their gods did it. I don't know
So
what you
I'm
guys.
not-
I'm not here to tell you guys what you believe, but
I'm
like
still a little
something.
blind from last episode.
Cool.
So what do we want to do? Do we want to get a layout of the inside and then storm the front in a way? Actually, kind of storm the front, Misha, in a way. It might be useful. And I can throw some. Okay, so Maribel, hi, how are you?
Been better.
Yeah. Here, they're gonna give him like the last of their trail mix that they have. Just in
Oh.
case you were hungry. from everything. I tend to find that food makes me feel better. Also, how do you feel about different types of combat?
I feel like to be effective in combat, you need to utilize a range of approaches all at the same time in order to be truly effective.
Okay. How do you feel about combat that doesn't necessarily use a physical weapon?
Like what I do?
Sort of. Something more in the reins of.
I listen, as soon as you said we can attack from range, and then I look at you and you definitely don't have a bow. Like I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about magic?
Oh,
Shut the fuck up.
Phelan, you're a mage? You never told us
oh
this.
my god.
I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews.
Fair,
and I haven't
honestly.
really had to encounter any before. Well, no, I have. Okay, so like my initial service was in Tevinter. The stuff I remember
So
anyway.
bad
And, like,
experiences.
Yeah, like there's bad people, but like equally, you know, you give someone a bow and they're a good person and they're like hunting to feed people or they're rescuing people or they're doing it to like put an arrow through the throat of somebody to like steal their stuff. So
Yeah.
is the bow at fault? I guess not. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if it helps, we're not blood mages. Technically just got rid of one right
Okay.
before we got here. You know.
Okay. Okay. I don't have enough uh knowledge to judge one or the other, but like I feel like I trust you. And my judge of character is usually pretty good.
Okay. Okay,
So,
cool. So
yeah,
we
I guess
can
as
get
long as you're using it to like help,
Yeah.
then cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen
yeah.
magic up close, so actually I'm very curious to see how it works, but we can talk about that another time.
Yeah,
I feel like that's not a now thing.
We'll have like a boat ride back. Don't worry.
Okay.
If everything goes to plan. Now the thing is what the plan is, right? So if you could give us like a layout of everything, and then maybe we can prepare a distraction in the front that might get them to get, tarred, which will
I
bring
feel
all the
like-
forces to the front.
The layers of complexity of explaining the entire layout of an estate, a lot of it is superfluous knowledge. So like if you tell me what it is that you want to do, I will tell you how to get there and how to get out and what's useful. Because it keeps it focused, instead of clouding up. So ultimate goal is,
if we're gonna cause the distraction in the front, we might want to get people out from the back. Correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, Soriana, am I doing this right?
I mean, you're doing fine, Phelan. The only thing I worry about, like, just where we have right now, trust me, I've seen what y'all can do. There's no doubt we can y'all looking at the two mages can cause damage. The thing is, you don't pour tar except on people, Like, there's got to be an overwhelming force. Like,
I assume
we're gonna be frontliners for sure.
There'll be at least, we'll at least frontline. So there will be people there. I know what you're saying about an overwhelming force, though.
Yeah, like 2 people, you're not gonna tar them. Like, you're just gonna shoot them with arrows.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. Like, I'm not saying that plan wouldn't work. If we did get a whole swarm of Canary, I would piss myself and try to tar them. Like, that would be normal behavior, I think, if you see a bunch of giants coming at you. I don't know. I mean, I guess, Cass, my question is, what is the fear if they get here? I don't know what they're gonna do. Let me put it that way.
It's not like I'm mostly worried about the fact that there's pre-existing animosity here between them, which will be good in the sense of it won't take much to convince them to come and cause some chaos. The worry is we are people who likes to do battle and we can enjoy violence, and I just worry that there might be, if there is a lot of us, there might be a frenzy that could make it more dangerous for people we are trying to get out. If there's an alternative way to get people out that doesn't require them to be in sort of main melee areas, then that's slightly less of an issue. It's just there's a lot more variables to control, and when that happens, it's a lot easier for things to get out of hand.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
It's not impossible. It's not like it's something we can't do. It's just something to bear in mind.
Yeah. No, I get you. I don't know. You asked my opinion. Well, Phelan, you're doing fine. That was the actual question you asked me. My 2
I think-
cents, 2 copper, I guess, are just. I think just with who we have right now, it might be easier to get in and sneak out, kind of thing. But
The plan was to chaos, fire, traps
No, I
going
know.
off. Everyone's
you.
what the fuck is going on? And then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we get the people and get out because the chaos has been created.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering if
I-
that's a little overcomplicated just for what we can do, and that's my.
But I think we can create a terrible front if like you can do distance from a range. That makes you dangerous firing through a gate that you're standing next to. Cass and I are like trying to break down the gate, trying to fight people who come up to the gate. You guys are firing through. You might be shooting through Oriana, but we're all standing
With what?
in terrible range. Don't you have a bow?
No. Where
She's
do
very
you see
much-
a bow?
She's very
I
much
thought-
a knife person.
Well, you have a couple throwing daggers. I don't know.
I don't think 5 people will make them want to tar us.
I mean, and
You
the
have
thing
two
is-
Canary, they really don't like those guys.
Yeah, and
That
I
is
know
true.
you can throw rock giant thing.
I can throw a giant rock, yes.
Very scary, and so anyway. Yeah, that's my opinion. That's it. But let's put it this way: whatever works.
So are we going through the front or the back?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think we use back passageways to get people out and
Yeah.
no one make a face. It's whether or not we try to storm the front now or whether we go and get people and come back and
Yeah,
storm with a force. That's, I think, the decision we're making right now. If you
Go
would
in
prefer...
gung ho and then like that pull out game strong out the back.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
If you would prefer to storm with a force, like I say, I am not against a swarm of Canary. It's just, it might get a little hairy. But if that's what we want, then that's fine.
I think we should put it to a vote so that we can get a decision made.
Yeah.
Um,
And let's get things done.
3 options: swarm with us, wait to swarm with Canary, and do our original plan and hope that like somehow we can set off the tar ourselves from the inside or something. I don't know.
I
Those are
wouldn't
our
suggest
3.
that because it'll be going backwards, but that's fine.
I'm not voting for 3 myself. My vote is we swarm it ourselves. I think we can be scary enough to tar. That's my vote.
Okay. Phelan, thoughts?
I think we can swarm it ourselves.
Yeah. I feel it's real. The others?
Ariana?
Won't be doing the swarming, so I feel like I can't vote for that. But if y'all are confident, then yeah.
Okay. Misha, what do you think? You're gonna end up involved in this now, so...
Yeah, I want to fuck shit up. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Fine, if we wanted it, then let's just go.
So we don't
So-
need these anymore?
Yeah, I was like immediately just breaks chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Phelan tries. He's not strong. He's like, "Oh, I don't know how to do it. Can
Here you
someone
go,
help me?"
baby. Here,
Cass just
baby
grab
girl.
him.
Thank you. I'm not a strong man.
Yeah.
You're strong of heart, and that's what matters.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, like, it isn't just that you didn't have a bow that let me know that you weren't an archer. Okay. We can leave it at that.
I'm just
I
gonna
like you.
leave.
They
Yeah,
tend to
I'm
have
the rude
strong.
one?
You know, you
Like,
need
damn.
strength to
Mhm.
like.
That was rude as hell.
They didn't even come from you.
I know. Like, damn. Pot calling kettle black, apparently. All right.
You were sick.
Yeah.
You were sick. It's okay. You're not at your. It's fine.
It's fine.
Shut
You're gonna
up!
be
Shut
so-
up! You're making it worse.
You're gonna be so scary from far away. Let's go.
Let's go.
My gosh. Yep. Good. We agreed on something. Let's go. Okay. So, most of us, apart from Oriana, are storming the gate. Is that correct?
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
Oriana gonna do?
Oriana could go and join in.
Ariana
so
can be
scary.
Ariana can be in a bush like picking off people who get too close.
Yeah.
Mhm,
I will make a spell wisp
mhm,
while we're on our way.
mhm. So,
Oh,
what I will. Oh, and it's a one on the. Phelan, motherfuck. I have to get my book out?
why am I a
Damn,
mage?
that was a wrong time to drink water.
Why am I a mage?
I didn't even see the numbers.
And this is so that wouldn't happen.
The worst part is you weren't even doing anything complicated. You were
I
summoning a
wasn't.
spell wisp. Jesus.
I'm gonna start using fucking physical dice,
Make
bro. I
us
swear to
breath.
God.
Andraste tits. Right. I need you to do. I want to say it's a self-discipline roll.
17.
Okay, I believe that beats you against the spell's target number. Okay, you succeeded, so that's good. The mage may avoid. Okay, so you will potentially fall over trying to cast this.
I will fall over.
You're knocked prone, and it'll take your action to get up, and it's embarrassing. You could spend the same amount of mana that you would have had to casting that to try and not fall over.
I
you
can
could just
fall
let it
over. It's
happen.
fine. I can just let it happen.
You go to try and summon a wisp, and it backfires hard.
Ugh.
What the?
I don't want to talk about this right now.
Okay.
Okay.
He's just on the ground looking up. I don't wanna do this.
Okay, well, that's a good start.
Yeah, anything I say won't be helpful. So as you guys go to approach the gate, this is going to be like a collective skill test where each of you can choose a skill, an action, something that you were trying to do, and you were going to roll to try and be successful and add to the amount of successes at this task to seem intimidating enough or coax them into doing things that you would wish. So you just need to tell me what you're going to do to try and assist in this moment of triggering
Clearly
all
not
of the chaos
magic.
that's about to happen.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Oriana is gonna I'm going to assume we all have knives to cut rope or something not
Yeah.
actually full on throwing knives if you will, but I'm gonna collect all those from everybody and essentially stealth my way into not with them but off to the side where I can see the gears and everything that Maribel told us about.
uh-huh.
If
Okay.
there are people approaching, I am going to be even if I don't necessarily hit them, I'm just going to be hey, this is a bad spot for you to be in. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Yeah,
just
yeah.
pick off little stragglers if possible. So I would like to
Sure.
stealth so I can't be slain, please.
If anyone's good at throwing, I have peat cubes that can be thrown.
Arson cubes.
Arson cubes.
If ever there was a time to finally pull out the arson
Yeah. Yeah. I also have smoke bombs. We could throw smoke bombs so they can't see and then they'll probably tar.
Mm-hmm.
So-
The
You
smoke
if we-
bomb.
if
I
we
yelled.
wait
There's
for them-
75 of us.
The
I was gonna say,
idea
if-
of a impenetrable cloud of smoke and then you can just hear Kunari through it
Yeah.
might be enough of a
Okay.
Are you
that.
good at throwing, Oriana?
Pulls up a wafy knife. Some things.
Okay.
Let
How about
me
you,
put it this
Kat?
way.
Yeah.
You give me one, and then looks at like Maribel, like, you got a launcher or anything to throw? We can tackle this from multiple sides.
Maybe like a
Launcher? No, I could if you give me
Like
like
a
a quick
slingshot?
minute, a hot minute. Okay, give me a minute. She runs off. She is meant to be a savant at these things. 15, isn't it? Yeah, she kind of comes over. It's not like incredible. Give her longer and something that is actually elastic, and she could probably do a better job of it. But she's got something.
So
Okay.
maybe that can be Maribel's job, is just, you know.
Yeah, I have 3 smoke bombs. I'm thinking one on each side and one from the center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So decide on your skills, and we're making rolls, everybody. Just tell me what you're doing with your roll.
I'm doing stealth. I can go and roll that. Doo-doo, while y'all think about it.
I mean,
Ooh.
I will
Quick
use
question.
my intimidation.
I have scouting. Would you allow me to re-roll that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a stealth roll, so yeah. You just have to use the second roll.
Yep, and
If
let's
it's
hope
worse
it's
than the
better.
12.
It's slightly better.
It's slightly better.
It's a 13.
You love to see it.
I'm using my intimidation. Cass is just going to be a loud Kunari. Like,
yes.
very, like, she's going to try and summon, like, that big dragon roar and, like, have the axe and, like, his, like, thunk. Like, you know how when you see, like, warlords, like, stamping it into the ground, just, like, trying to do that as if she's, like, in charge of something or commanding something.
Anna 15.
She's basically
for that. Yeah.
just making a lot of noise.
Dragon roaring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what would have been great for storming a gate? A dragon.
A dragon. But he's
fly.
healing. He's healing. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, Kanaz in the charge is gonna just physically try to lift the gate up, like move the gate open through sheer like force. Just whether or not it works, hopefully that's scary.
Sure.
Just don't get hard.
Oh,
Ooh.
dang.
Once
Call it who? Sorry.
No, I interrupted your moment. I'm so sorry. Once the smoke bombs have come off, I want to use magic to just arcane lance us against that gate as much as I can, so it feels like they're getting shot at with like things.
Okay.
And I say arcane lance so I don't fuck up and go into the fade.
So we're creating this ruse. All right.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I wouldn't say spirit magic, but you know. Okay, 16. A solid 16.
But you have an arcane lance attack roll, no?
I do.
I mean, you can keep the 16, but if you get a better bonus than +4, then you might as well.
14 with a +4.
Okay. So, you guys create enough of a ruckus between throwing things to make people regret coming to the wall and trying to do any sort of attack to you guys. We've got shouts and cries, we've got pushing against the door, we've got arcane lances, we've got the smoke bombs creating some confusion. Definitely making yourselves feel like you are a threat, and perhaps a greater threat than just the group of you. But it's enough for them to trigger like oh damn, like we need to do something about this. And it's a very easy, quick and easy, just like go pull a lever and we'll deal with these guys and then they can fuck off if you were a small threat. And so probably Oriana is going to be able to see this better than everybody else because everyone else is very front-ended and dealing with like through smoke and creating the noise. You're off to the side and throwing things specifically up at the wall. So you're going to see somebody run to the side and one can presume is going to pull a lever. And there is the sound of mechanisms kicking off. Now, sometimes some people don't have that level of like technology to lead to this. So what Mirabelle's been saying seems true. Like clearly she's been working on things because they wanted to mechanize a lot of stuff here. And there's a moment where like you can see what should tilt to release Tar out of it, that's sort of like built into the edges of the walls. And there's a moment where it moves and you're like, oh fuck, like if this doesn't work and it tips your way, like you guys are fucked. But it does seem to then go the other way, and you're gonna hear a lot of cries of at first surprise and then pain And then more mechanisms and the sound of like, because crossbow bolts more so than arrows have a very particular sound. You hear several of those going off inside of this wall. And then it seems like it has worked, and things catch on fire. Tar is very flammable. A lot of chaos. Can I, with your incredible roll, I would say mostly you were going to like push at the door, maybe to open it, but like mostly it's just to look scary, like you could be pushing the door, or that there's somebody trying. It was more so for effect, probably. But a 20 with 5 stump points, you find that actually you're able to start pushing, and you can feel give at first with your first amounts of like pushing and lifting, and because things are doused in tar and then caught on fire, you're gonna find it starts to then move a little easier at first, enough to create an opening. It is not gonna open any further than that because tar and fire. But it opens a little bit of a wedge to give you guys the chance to enter into this estate.
Can I use my 5 stunt points to turn, wink at Cass, and say, "After you,"
Absolutely.
and hold the
Cool
door
stuff,
open
boys.
for her?
I use my 5 stump points to be a lesbian.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Castle go and Castle like go to run past and like mock curtsy and be like, "My lady," and then run an axe up. Like, okay, let's go.
Sexy.
Milady goes to behead people. I love
Yeah.
to see
Yeah,
it.
and
Happy
that's the
Pride.
ideal.
Yeah.
Happy Pride.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So there is an entry point for you guys to kind of pour in through. Mirabelle will have given you a good idea once she knew what your ultimate plans were, about where this person likely is to be found. Should you wish to go and deal with him. Her priority upon entering is to go and find people to try to encourage them to, like, at the very least, take up arms enough to defend themselves as they try to leave, or pick up things to add to the chaos.
Mhm.
But for those of you who wish, you will be able to go and find the person. Do you all collectively go to the same location, or is there different priorities with the group?
I think the majority of people should focus on trying to get people out.
Yeah.
Cass is aware she is very good as a brawler, so she's very happy to take up the rear and essentially defend from there. But also, she's inclined to go kill some people. So, if we need someone to do that, she might go and do that. But I think the majority of us should do freeing
Yeah.
and rallying.
I think I'm
'Cause-
going to go with like bringing people out.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Any of the guards that are not stuck in tar and or flame,
Yes.
do they look like they are incredibly aggressive to defend themselves, or are they running? Any kind of indication of that?
There's definitely a chaotic panic of like, what the fuck do we do in this situation? I've not been trained for this.
There was no
So
educational video about this.
if you guys come close and look like you are armed and involved in what is going on and they don't know you and you maybe attack the gate, then they might engage in a fight, yes. So there's a healthy amount of, if you were to try to, you should be able to get in, use the chaos to your advantage to just circumvent all of this to get inside the building and leave them all dealing with the outside. But if you want to go and start picking off a few of them that might try to slow people down, you could focus on that instead. Basically, I want you guys focusing on what you want to be doing.
Yeah, essentially that. I think first priority, of course, is just get the people not in chains,
Mhm.
theoretically, wherever they are. But the second is make sure that these people don't try to, hinder our abilities to get them out. So, effective assassinations, basically, if they
Yeah.
try to, fuck with us.
Yeah. Picking
Yeah.
people off. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think Kanao is tempted to go after this Elgar bastard.
Yeah.
But I think realistically, Cass and Misha have got it covered, and Kana feels like she has enough various weapons strapped to her that maybe passing some of those along could help build the momentum of the fighting out. So she's trying to go help get people out, and if she starts seeing people who are capable and energized and like don't have a weapon in their hands, can help out with that a little bit.
So it sounds like people's priority is mostly in assisting people, liberating, handing stuff off, defending them if somebody looks like they're going to attack them, essentially. So ultimately our push towards the end of this particular story unraveling here is you guys are assisting the people, and the people can be the ones to rise up and go and take out this person. Should they feel the desire to.
Break your chains, slay your masters.
I think the further you get into this place and as you start to move around, there are some who are working jobs that are similar to what you'd expect servants to do, you know, cleaning, moving things, you know, generally milling about and just there to be helpful and serving the household. So there's a few of them that you might pass who look a little confused at first, but especially when they see Mirabelle, and Mirabelle just gives them a look and they're like, oh, it's go time. And you will see a couple of them mobilizing with what they have access to, and one person literally has like a serving tray and is just like, it's metal, and just starts like uses it as a shield when somebody tries to like hit them into something, and then like goes to like thrust it at someone's throat like a throat shot. You know, doing what they can with what they have. So a few of them try to mobilize with what they've got going on. And if you go a little further to find the people who are more here as like workers, the way that Mirabelle may have been, you see that they are. It's essentially like assembly lines of people like making things in a much more simpler sense from what you assume Mirabelle's skill sets are. They're not necessarily doing the invention.
They're just
are
putting the
simply
pieces together,
attaching certain things, or like your job is to polish the stone to make a certain shape. You're like, so they're just like they're working, and you can help defend, take out a few guards. I'm gonna ask again a sort of like skill roll from each of you that you feel you would like to flex into at a certain moment you want to see happening in this encounter for yourself. What cool thing happens upon you that you do in this moment? And we can just take it in like intro order style and just work our way through. What do you see yourself doing, and what might happen around you?
I think I'm gonna lean into having just gotten the protection specialization, or I forget what it's called. I think it's protector. Point being, gonna do a lot of running in and throwing a shield up at people who are defending themselves from these guards, making sure that they can get away from their immediate brawl and like move on to the next. So I think that I don't know what skill roll I would need to roll for that.
What would you like to? I mean, you could just roll straight into might with that, or a
just
weapon attack
to propel myself forward in time. I'll do a weapon attack, like a last minute save on someone, maybe. I think that is fun. We'll use the battle axe. Oh, good thing I have a good bonus.
Yeah. 12's all right.
Jeez.
I think it's maybe not as smooth and cool as you would like. So it does what you need it to do. It's maybe just not as flashy as one might hope, because 2 2s and a 1.
All right. Hey, as long as it distracts the guy, I don't care.
Ultimately, that's what we're here for. Yeah, very good, very good. Phelan, what might you be doing in this moment? What do you get caught up in, and what are you doing?
I think what he's doing is trying to slow down any attacks, like any people coming after them or after people trying to escape. So I do magic, but my goal with winter scraps is to like as people are escaping, make the floor icy behind so that people that are chasing don't
Yes.
have a grip.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Cast that spell. Cast that spell.
Oh, thank God.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 is good. Clean.
Yeah.
It's very effective. I imagine some people
Yeah.
really eat shit.
Yeah, I think what you see is Phelan kind of like taking the rear and just shooing people like, go, go, go. And he stops and he like puts his hands down on the floor and you just see ice and frost just shoot out from his fingers going across the floor to the people that are chasing them and making them eat shit.
Just because I really like this person who just decided to use a serving tray as a weapon to throat punch people with, they kind of like are also now trying to run and escape, and they're just slightly behind. You maybe didn't see them at first, and they see all the ice and they're like, fuck it. So they keep running and then use it as a toboggan.
Yeah.
Just slide their way over the ice like spinning slightly, but they get to their destination. They actually look cool as shit doing it. This person was just a humdrum slave worker here, and they're like, you know what?
Like, I've been waiting for this for so long.
That's my moment. Very good. We love to see it. Oriana, what are you doing, and how does this one person with a surfing tray get involved? Yeah, no, I'm kidding. What are you getting up to?
I use my acrobatics to turn them the right direction. No,
Yeah. Tell them.
Okay, I'm trying to just mentally see where we're at. To be honest, I think Oriana was going to try to help like clear the way for them, but I think they've already gone past that point. Based on description.
There's multiple groups. You could be helping another group.
Yeah, and essentially just to help bolster them to be propelled to keep moving, you know, like any of the people that Oriana did slay on the way here kind of thing, or at least disarm them. I'm giving them their weapons.
Handing out the weapons. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, here you go. Go this way and
weapon distribution system.
Pretty much, yeah.
Love that.
So I'm gonna use my dagger and attack anyone that's like, hey, wait, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, denied.
No, thank you.
This is not your moment. You're on the wrong side of history here. Very good.
And we'll see 18. Not bad.
18 is very good. Yeah, you're able to do it with clean precision to the point that like there's probably somebody fairly young, so like maybe 17, who's like running, and they're about to get hit, and you come in, swoop in, and assassinate this person with a level of efficiency that's very cool because 18 is very high in this game system. And you see this moment where like their eyes widen and they look at you, and there's like enough dazzle in those eyes that like, oh, I think I just unlocked something in this person. And they're like, I want to be that. I want to be wow.
It's like, oh no, that's not good. Anyway, here's his knife. Like, I'm gonna give him the knife
look at the
of
knife
the dude I
like,
just murdered.
Run off. And they want to go and
and just very much is like, that way, point the knife away, that way. Knife
they
away
run
from
off
face.
to help.
And that's when I knew I want to be an assassin.
Yeah, they go to liberate their brethren as best they can. Very good. Last but not least, Cass. This is what you do. This is your job, you know?
Well, let's not do that in case I roll really badly like I have been.
Okay.
Cass, I think, has put herself like sort of at the back of the group, so is essentially herding stragglers, like the people who can't fight, the people who are too scared to, like, here's your wall of Kunari muscle to take it up for you instead. So she's kind of like on the defense, but also a little bit like, if there are guards and whatnot running at her, she is the first one they're coming to. So she's like, let's bottleneck it and see how many of them I can take on at once.
Yeah.
So she's just going full axe.
Full axe. Axe lesbian.
Axe lesbians.
As it should be.
Yeah,
that's what the finale needs. Hey, a 15 would still beat somebody's defense. Okay, so you hit. Very cool. What does it look like?
I think it's not very flashy. Like, it is just well practiced. It's like, okay, I'm in the zone. We're just doing this. Let's move through it. Nothing to be done with it. So yeah, it's almost like rote. Like, this is muscle memory. She's just kind of like, yep, okay, down you go. That's enough.
Very cool. I feel like Misha's having a good time that she can be a little creative here. And is running around and like has picked up a guard who dropped a sword, throws a sword intentionally badly at someone and goes, "Ha, catch this." And then they like are like they think they're being sassy by actually catching it and then look at her really smug and then she grins and casts lightning through the sword because she wanted it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
He was living with a lot of regret after doing it, falling into her trap.
I don't know about living, but you know.
Hey, and final moments. I think a lot of these people are indeed rising up, and they're going to try to find the person who is in charge here. And this person is being crafty and the wily little shit that you tend to be when you don't have like full-on military. You know, like I carry my fancy sword because it looks fancy and I get other people to do the fighting for me. So he's been slinking around in the shadows and he goes to catch Mirabelle from a hiding spot and is like threatening the others to let him go because it looks like he's going to kill her. And she looks up at him and is like doing a wonderful job of acting like, "Oh no, you've caught me," and starts to struggle. And I think it's convincing enough where if any of you catch eyes on this, you're like, "Oh my god, he is legitimately going to kill her. That really fucking sucks." And in a moment of like, "Are we going to have to go in and save her?" You see her reaching up in the struggle and then like releases her spring blade through his throat. Which he did not see coming because it is a hidden spring-loaded blade, and manages to get it through it. We don't have to describe the gory details, but it's kind of gory, because you know, arteries are gushers. So
Happy Pride, everyone.
happy Pride! Axe, lesbians, and gushing is what everybody needs to see. So needless to say, it actually looks pretty badass. Is gonna slump to the ground. There's gonna be a little bit of time where they're trying, like some of them are really going hard at like wanting to fight back against any guards that are here. Eventually enough people are like, we need to go. And try to escape. Now there is enough people here that a means of liberating them, your tiny little fishing boat is not necessarily going to fit them all. So as a final sort of like wrap to end the season, you guys have just liberated probably the guts of about 50 people at this point. A very successful job. I think even cast by Swallow standards, being able to liberate that amount of people is hard to do, honestly. And you'll see kind of like running out at the charge is Mirabelle, after taking out the guy, has acquired the very nice, very well made crossbow that she made for him in her hands, full of glee. You will probably be able to plunder this with riches, which sometimes might go to the people you've just liberated. It could be some of it's coming back to the Swallows. It could be you want to find cool shit for yourself as well. We can handle that between seasons. But I would like each of you to paint a picture for me and add on and layer to the story. How does this story end, this arc end? How do we save all these people and get them somewhere safe? And how do you get home? Whoever wants to take it away, feel free to chip in first.
I mean, I feel the smoking gun is we take the fishing boat back and we have to get the dragon.
Yeah.
We have to get the dragon.
Of course. But I think what would make sense is to, if this place is already been taken over by the people that were freed, right? It's possible to be like, lay here for 2 days. We'll come back with more ships.
Yeah.
From
With our original big ship.
Yeah. The original big ship, and then have them come up. And I think it would be cool to like give like the people who really like inventors like Mirabelle be like, hey, do you like freeing people and like making cool shit for people that also like to free people? I know a place. Agent acquired?
Yeah, Mirabelle is absolutely
like
available as
people
yeah.
That one person with the silver titties.
Yeah, with the silver trace. Like, I think I think I have something for you actually.
Mhm.
But I think it's like it goes from like carrying all these big people and doing everything, at least for Phelan, to just being like, oh, the fuck did I do? To there's a dragon, to I'm going to heal this dragon and help, and I want to pet it, because it's for my mental health, guys. Don't worry. Not my physical health, my mental health.
Your emotional support animal.
Yeah. This is my friend's dragon. This is also my emotional support animal. Because this is gonna be Castle's dragon. It's just saying.
Yeah.
Not taking that, but like I would like to pet it every so often. And I think that there is, I don't know, like I think taking people back in bulk would be like how they kind of end, and like I think the season ends with like then getting back to the swallows, and then from all the commotion, Phelan looks at uh um I'm so sorry, I forgot their names. This is my fault. I'm a bad third person in this throuple.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Phelan looks, I think is Marcus
Adina and
and
Marcus,
Adina, yeah. And it's like, oh, I have to tell them about the thing, huh? Guess. So we picked up a dragon, 50 freed slaves, and I'm a Grey Warden. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very nice.
Keep
Kind
layering
of
on
like-
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're rocking up at the end, like, you know how that bit in the first Captain America movie where he liberates the full regiment and it's like he appears first and then just a horde of people behind him.
Yeah.
It's very that, like us rocking back up to the swallows, like, yeah, we're
Yeah.
back. And also, look at all of our friends.
And a dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we take the time to transport everyone. I think we give the liberated people first pick of everything that was in the estate, as some recompense, especially for like that Mirabelle who's inventing things, other people who are working similar roles, their intellectual property, if you will.
Yeah.
That's their rights. And then yeah, Cass is very eager to go back for her dragon. This is important to her in a way few things are, I think. Like she makes
Yeah.
the point of we have to go back for him, we have to rescue
Yeah.
him, like he's
Yeah.
important.
Hey, with a big enough boat, you could fit a dragon on there. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Cass is very focused on that and definitely prioritizes that. And for her, I think come the return to the swallows, you can find her like literally outside, just sat like staring at her dragon, like
And brushing it like a horse.
like taking the time with it. And I think she's trying to forge like a legitimate bond with her boy.
That's my son now. I birthed him.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
That's right. I think for Kana at the end, I think her focus, I mean, on the way back, very curious just about Maribel, like what she can do. So I think there's a lot of like
Yes.
shop talk on the way back.
Yeah.
Just of like, oh my god, we could build cool stuff for the swallows. Like that's sick.
Carry that. Yeah.
So that's cool. But I think her focus is like once they get back is just on like there's a big like emotional release of like we got back, we did the thing, I'm back with Rainy, I made it back to you. Like there's like a they probably have like a just like
Yeah.
some quiet moments.
She's very excited and happy for you to be there, hugging, like happy tears. There's gonna be a moment where like she's distracted from that when she sees a
because
dragon.
there's a dragon. Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And then like does her very best to like give her focus back to you, but yeah.
It's like I found this sapphire to make for a horn. I know it's not a dragon, but like
that will pull her focus back. Yeah.
okay.
Cute.
So yeah.
Okay.
there's that. And then I don't know, just like emotionally with the like arc of the season, I think Kana has gone from being very like, I don't know about this whole swallows thing, but I'm gonna try,
Yeah.
to like, oh my God, I knew that it could be a good thing to do, but I did not expect it to feel this
Yeah.
good and be this like fully satisfying and like fun. Like, all right, like it's like really like, I don't know, in a
Job
very
fulfillment.
secure place about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, after everything settled down, I think Oriana talked with anyone who wanted to stay, maybe, and work with the ward, whatever dude. I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. Where we did acquire the dragon, where he
Yes.
was like holding
Mikhail?
Oh,
down
Mikolai. Yeah.
Mikolai.
Yeah. So essentially, Asian acquired definitely, but they're now to Swallow Post, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where it's like, hey, let's coordinate you with this guy, and you can run the run the operation as much as
Mhm.
possible, and then have support. And now we have footholds, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could
So
see that
Oriana,
happening. Yeah. But I would think
yeah,
to people, there's definitely some people who'd be willing to stay. And maybe
if they
touching base with
wanted to.
Mikolai knows how to like run these places. So when you give him the like, not only are we expecting you to stay here to make this like an outpost for us, but also there's another fancy place that you could be. He's like, oh, okay.
Well, yeah,
I'm
and
going up in
The
the world.
manager in him is very happy.
yeah, and if they want to, not like you're going to do this,
Absolutely.
but yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
they want to, essentially just extend the reach and run it
Yeah.
as long as possible, send information back, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. Because
yeah.
there's no way this was the only network hubs
Sure.
of this thing,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do that, and then on the way back is still sending letters
Mm-hmm.
to her mom
Yes.
to practice with, and I think when she gets back is just kind of like, you know, little kid again, of course, and she's like,
Yeah.
Mom!
And I
Yeah.
think because she's been getting your letters but never known where you're going to be to send a
Yeah,
letter
yeah.
back, when you come back, she's prepared a letter that's a reply to you that's like, I am so glad you're home, and she's written it herself.
Just every noise that Oriana's only made with her mother,
Yeah.
y'all have definitely overheard because she's not quiet. Just
Yeah. And I think
"Blah."
like the letter comes with, she's got it on a like a bigger bit of paper because she was never
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
send it with a bird, and she's like drawn things in the margins that are like things from home or tree, like flowers, and and some stars and constellations that she likes. So it's like a really beautiful thing, and
Yeah.
the writing is simple, but like she's been learning her.
Yeah, yeah. And definitely
cute.
just, bone popping, cracking
Yes,
hug.
of
I'm just like
course. Of course. And like you're
No.
touching base with these people, those who choose to stay are because they know or they're hopeful that there is family somewhat nearby, especially those who are from Ravane. And their hopes is to try and touch base with family and either go and stay there or bring family to where they are. So there's people who are willing to stay. Overall, of all of the people, whether they're coming with you or whether they're staying, are so thankful to you guys. There's tears. There's like some of them are gonna try and push like little gifts on you of like little trinkets that they have. You're like, so, and whether you take them or not is up to you. But I think for the three of you who haven't, this is like your first proper Swallows mission, and you see like the payoff at the end of knowing that these people have freedom and have lives that they can live, and the joy and gratitude in their hearts that are being poured to you like you are their heroes. That feeling is the good kind of intoxicating, and you can see now the trouble and strife and difficulty and combat and being away from home and all of the stuff that leads you to get there. The end destination of fighting for justice and fighting for what's right should always be worth the difficult fight that gets you there. And I think that's a beautiful place to end. Thank you for joining us for this season, everybody. We started season 1 of them just being regular podunk villagers in Lothering, fleeing the blight, struggling with trying to escape and just staying alive, and then trying to learn how to fight. And are we adventurers now? Question mark. To now, possibly, and for some of them, maybe the first time in a long while or ever, feeling a purpose in front of them. How exciting. I'm going to allow everybody to do sound off with who they are, where you can find them on the internet, and any projects you've got going at the moment or coming soon. And I will go at the end to talk about the raid we're going to be doing.
All right, I go first. Hey, I've been Emily. This season's down. I've been Kana. I will continue to be Kana, but a little bit later. I'm on the internet at EmilyBard20 on various socials. I'm also here at the transmissions this Saturday. The finale of my D&D show, The Heartforged Siege, is coming. Some crazy lore drops about to happen. Some crazy, wild shenanigans about to happen at the end. Please check it out. I'm so proud of how it turned out. Absolutely amazing. And also coming up soon, season 2 of my other show, Project Solar, my cyberpunk game, is gonna get going. We're gonna find out how New Galveston is handling post getting nuked, and is there still hope for the world? Yeah, there is. But how? We'll find out.
Hi everyone, my name's Satan, or Alyssa Vamp on the internet. I have been yours truly, Phelan, tonight. Mage? Question mark? I don't know. He seems pretty bad at it. I will be here in the transmissions. I'll be part of Project Solar when we do come back with it, and I also will be over at Baldrian's channel this Saturday playing Vampire Masquerade game run by yours, not me, but Helmalu. I was gonna say yours truly. I'm like, that's not correct. But ours truly, Helmalu. And it's gonna be fun. I have a real nice real dead girl. Are vampires that? Yeah, she looks it though, so it's a little more. But yeah, that's where you'll find me. And let's see. Bye.
Hello, everyone. I am Torin, or Torin Talks Creativity. I have been Oriana, our little pillbug rogue. As far as where to find me, easiest place is on Twitch at Torin Talks Creativity, and things coming up. Next week is my birthday, and for my birthday, I'm gonna be streaming all week doing a well, not all week, that's a lie. I'll be streaming on Wednesday and Saturday.
Some week.
Yeah, some parts of the week. Raising money for a community member of ours, Asher Crafts, who has a machine for her job that broke. So we are going to be doing a birthday bash while I play scary games with, this is so stupid, with a harmonica in my mouth. It's going to be really stupid and very funny.
Yeah.
And I'm a chicken shit, for the record.
Yep.
And we're playing Silent Hill 2.
Yep.
You'll get to hear the noises that Oriana made.
Yeah. That's what she really sounds like. Exactly. So on Wednesday and Saturday of next week, if you have time, please stop by. If nothing else, just to get us more discoverability, would very much appreciate it. And we're also doing crowd control honor runs of Baldur's Gate 3, because that's also dumb. And you can spawn enemies on us, lower our health in the run, whatever. It all goes towards a very good cause. So thank you. That is me.
Hi everyone, I'm Bex. I have been our puppy dog Canary Warrior Cass, now with added dragon. You can find me at Phoenix Force on Blue Sky, where I'm just generally yapping, doing whatever. In terms of other things I have going on, my horror podcast with my wonderful friend Margot is back from hiatus. We took a break while we were getting married, moving countries, doing all sorts of things, so life. But we just recorded a very fun 4.5 hour session on possession.
Nice.
So we will be cutting that all up for everyone to listen about. And we have upcoming episodes on Only Lovers Left Alive, and I can't remember what the other one is that's queued, but featuring lots of fun guests, including like Sarah Century, the comic creator, and varying other people. So come check it out if you are not scared of the horrors.
I am.
Yeah. Very good. And hi, I'm Emma Humalu on the internet. I have been the story of this fine story with our 4th season. How exciting. In terms of where you can find me after this point, as discussed this Saturday, you'll see me over at Baldur's channel running a Vampire the Masquerade game set in 1999. It's very cleverly called V2K in Detroit. So that'll be fun. Come and check us out there. And then on Monday, which is the day before both I and Lauren's birthday, because we are birthday twins, you will see the premiere of Project Solar the day before I turn 40. So please come along to help me celebrate my birthday, please. We'd love to see you there. Outside of that, I don't have too much that's going out live, actually. So yeah, that is us. We're going to be going and raiding a very, very dear friend of the channel and a very, 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 very dear friend of mine, Lude Alfred, or Freddie to us, who is doing some art streaming. He's been doing some commissions. By the way, speaking of commissions, Satan opened up commissions, and I thoroughly encourage you go and check those out. And,
Did. I'll post that in the
do
server.
some
If you're part of the
support.
server.
Yeah. Because if you love the bus tier, get some for yourselves. All right. Plugs done. Let's go raid Freddy and say hi. Say hello to him in chat, please. Thank you very much. We love you all. See you next season. Bye.